All right. I believe everyone is here. Um, we're
I have to.
I'm filling in for Mel, who normally runs our Saturday Heroes game, and I'm cooler because I'm streaming it. Take that, Mel.
I think he would argue that point, but go on.
Everything's cooler with a stream.
Technically true, depending on the context.
I think the context is streaming. It's a very tautological coolness.
Isn't all coolness tautological?
Yeah, maybe. Okay,
I have.
so here we are at the Rose City Comic
Mhm.
Con, hosted by Portland, Oregon. Anticipated attendance just shy of 80,000, and your characters are real life legitimate heroes or at least superpowered peoples. And you're one of those 80k. You don't. I don't know why your character is in attendance. You get to answer that when we kind of go over your characters. And let's actually just jump right into that. We'll go down the list as has become the pattern and habit of GMs in games. Nick, or Myri, why don't you describe your character and why your character is here?
Oh my god, how is this all my fault? Hold on, let me just bring up your little thing again. Well, as we all know, cons are the perfect place for trickery and mischief, and that's where Vextress is all the time. That's what she likes to do. Playing pranks on people. Not really hurting them, but chaos, fun. And currently, she is cosplaying as the devil. A nice female devil. That's why she has a little pitchfork. She has fake horns. A nice form-fitting outfit. So it's like the remake of Bewitched.
Mm-hmm.
Can you spell that name for me?
Sure. Because she's vexing.
Vextress. Now, why is that so small? There we go. Let's make that even bigger. 56. Alright,
One of yours has
putting
an
your
extra S in
names.
there.
Huh?
One of Nick's has an extra S in there.
Okay, yeah, I've got a few windows open, so I'm not actually seeing where stuff is typed. Vextress. That's how I spelled it.
No, I'm looking at his character
Between the
sheet.
X and the T.
Oh, gotcha. Alright. Suppose I could just look at your character sheets, huh? Right. Alright. Um, Lamppost. Describe your character and why he's here.
Yeah. Well, this man is Dr. John Lawn, otherwise occasionally known as Mossy Lawn, or just Mossy. He is a retired medical doctor of the superhero type, and after decades of dealing with injured superheroes and whatnot, he's developed a set of skills and capabilities and knowledge that he's putting to use in his retirement by taking on the relaxing job of being the con doctor, which is really just an excuse to patch up the occasional snotty-nosed kid who's tripped on the stairs, put out, deal with random power generated injuries if there are any, and for the most part just have a relaxing fun weekend and drink in the hotel bar on the con's dime. But he's also, he has a dual personality. Well, he sort of has a dual personality. He has the memories of two completely separate individuals, because while he has the memories of being John Lawn from this universe with medical training and medical gadgets and whatnot, he also seems to have the memories of an entirely different life in a magical universe known as Discworld, where he was also Dr. John Lawn, and who lived his entire life dealing with magic and other sorts of things, and somehow his brain has he's become merged with the alternate version of himself from another dimension. So he has both sets of memories, and now has a bit of a link to magic and radiant energy that he hasn't really done anything with. Yeah.
So, question is the alternate dimension John Lawn also living his life with this link ongoing? Do they start experiencing new memories as they each do things?
He's not sure. Still has a bit of that existential, am I me from this dimension who just has the memories of me from another dimension, or am I the me from the other dimension who took over for this one? Yeah. He tries not to let it bother him, but it is a bit of a thing in the back of his head. But he's up until recently, up until this happened, he didn't have any link to magic. Now he has a bit of it.
Twist on the dreaming butterfly story.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Very much so.
So obviously he's at the con because that's where he works.
Yeah, he took the job for the weekend.
Okay. NG.
All right. So I'm playing Flexibel. She is attending the con with her great-granddaughter because Flexibel is actually 97 years old. She was an active hero during World War II, later on retired and lived a normal life. And just recently, her great-granddaughter has discovered that her great-grandmother was a costumed superhero and has naturally become her number one fan. So in the course of that, has convinced Flexibel to don the tights once more and make the first public appearance that she has had in over half a decade. I mean, over half a century. And so they are set up at a small folding table, ready to sign autographs. Although Flexibel I'm convinced that anyone will remember her or the comic books based on her exploits. But, she's humoring her great-granddaughter, who is actually cosplaying as her. They're both dressed in very similar outfits, although Flexibel is in the original. One thing that sets them apart, it's obvious that they aren't the same person because the great-granddaughter, June, is actually very dark-skinned.
Now, for the con, is Flexibel reverting to her youthful appearance for her daughter's sake, or is she still looking like Gran?
Well, actually, she is in the same youthful appearance that she had from pictures from World War II.
Nice.
All right, you will. Oops. Why? Oh, it doesn't snap. Oh, that's annoying. Why doesn't it snap? Why does things hate me?
And I leave it up to the GM whether anybody does actually visit the table or not.
No, actually, I'm leaving that to you.
I already left it to you, so I think we're at an impasse here.
Now the universe decides, and the universe says
the universe says that the GM is drawing lines, and this is a line that the GM is drawing.
Are you literally drawing lines right now?
I am.
I see the line, yes.
Nice.
Could be worse. Could be a line the GM is snorting.
And I'm having to redraw one of the lines because it didn't snap.
Oh.
That shit.
I didn't realize I
That's-
had to actually click buttons to make it snap.
Ah.
All right, so then I will go ahead and say that the con has been, for the most part, in the early parts of the day, sleepy for the two of them, because she is a superhero from way back in World War II, so not many people would recognize her. But later on in the day, there are some just the truly dig
Outrageous.
at the back of the crate comic
Mhm.
collectors who do recognize her, start making a big deal out of it. And whenever comic collectors realize that there are cheap comics to be had that can then be signed by the actual person that the comic book is about,
Mm-hmm.
and thus raise the value exponentially,
Oh, yeah.
a line forms.
Yep. Because a Flexi Bell comic, even an original one from the 40s, might be worth a bit, depending on whatnot. But one signed by Flexi Bell, yep, that sets the collector's nostrils a quivering.
All right. You will see that I've given you all spaces for your names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move this down a little bit. I want you to put bonuses and other things that you get in that space.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn! You should have asked Mel for whatever that deck he got was.
Nope.
Yeah, those
I
prize
hate that thing.
cards.
I'm not using it.
Really?
You're just gonna type them.
Ah.
It's gonna be one of those games.
Gonna be one of those games. Yeah. I don't hate them. I just dislike it because you don't get the extra in characterness of something being typed that we can see.
I mean, you could always just label the plus minus cards. That's what I did.
I do, but I keep forgetting to ask Mel to make it so that the nameplates show up for people.
Yeah, that's a problem with it. The nameplates aren't visible on those by default, so Mel has to do something with each and every one of them.
I was just putting text on the table next to the.
Yes, or
The
you
numbers?
just write something next to it, and I'm taking out a step if that's what you were doing.
I suppose, yeah, that's fair.
Brian, you got real quiet. You're distant.
I'm a little far away from my mic.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you are at this con for your various reasons, and
We still haven't.
Oh,
Say, we just passed.
that's fine. He doesn't care. I threw myself off by putting his name up there early. Okay, and Stenlar, let's go ahead and hear your character and why your character is here.
All right, so I'm playing Ethan Bainbridge. He is a gentleman adventurer in the vein of 20s and 30s pulp adventurers, or more modern, or the equivalent, modern day equivalent thereof. Very much along the lines of Nathan Drake or Lara Croft. He jet sets around the world. He explores ancient ruins. He finds treasures. He woos local maidens. He fights off competition. You know, the whole 9 yards. However,
robber.
yeah, grave
Adventure.
robber, but romanticized.
Classy grave robber.
A classic grave robber. But he, in one of his, jaunts into some unremembered and forgotten tomb, came in contact with an ancient relic, which turns out to be more of a prison. It was holding some entity or being, and the traps therein had pretty much were about to kill him. So he made a deal with the being inside this relic, and it gave him powers and toughness and strength. And he made it out alive, but now he hears its voice in his head telling him to do things, offering him secrets, and such things like that. It's definitely some kind of infernal being, and when he needs to, he can call upon it for additional power, which changes him into his heroic form, granting him access to most of his powers and a couple of qualities, such as super strength and infernal energy abilities that he doesn't normally have. But in such a personality, he's also a little less careful because the infernal energy fucks with his personality a little. He's at the con because he's actually trying to. I don't know why he's at the con. Maybe he's just here for visiting. He's just here for fun, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out how to use his new abilities for the greater good when they're so horrific in nature. So he's looking for inspiration in the heroing business.
Okay. So he's going to a convention looking for inspiration.
Yeah, to listen to real heroes talk and figure out what drives them and how they work around problems.
All right, excellent.
You might throw in a couple hypotheticals during the Q&A. A hypothetical friend who's got hell powers.
All right. Yeah, I think it'll take me too long to set up a villain sheet. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I'll just roll all the rolls manually.
Villains? Why is there villains here?
This is a
I was
comic
hoping that
guy.
the villain sheet would also include a space for all the... Oh, it does have space for minions. It has a space for those minions. I don't think it actually rolls things. Yeah, I think I could set something up that rolls stuff.
I mean, this is a Comic Con. It's mostly villains.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all using the power of stench.
D12 die.
I was actually being a bit kinder and referring to the
Mhm.
cosplays, but that too.
Mike, I don't remember if you've ever actually been to a con yet. How did you describe the smell so accurately?
I have been to a con.
Okay, then there you go.
I also remember very clearly the Foamy episode. That he did a little
Yeah,
advertisement or something for Comic Con.
it was one of the anime cons. I think I actually went to the con he did that for, and he wasn't wrong. You're in front of one guy and he smells. You're behind another guy and he smells.
It actually wasn't bad when I went to it. I'm just playing off stereotype there.
Oh yeah, no, it really depends on where you're going.
All right. So there have been a couple of mishaps throughout the day, powered and unpowered.
Mhm.
No major injuries to draw Mossy's attention. The crew that he is supervising. You did say that he's supervising, right?
Mhm.
The crew that he's
I mean,
supervising.
he's there to just in case something really nasty happens.
Okay.
But
Nothing happened until
he's kicking back.
until the Tinkerbell scare. A bunch of little winged fairies, no more than a foot in height, skinny, green dresses, descend from the lights with what looks like silver tickets, and scare the crap out of a bunch of Diva cosplayers. All those little robotic twin fusion cannons, armed cleverly with sparklers, go off, and some poor kid with epilepsy should never have been near the Diva cosplayers.
Mm-hmm.
Draws John to the floor, draws Mossy to the floor. That situation has been resolved.
Okay.
Anybody else who was curious about what was going on can, of course, be in that vicinity. The Tinkerbell fairies just handed out their silver tickets to random attendees and then just kind of floated up towards the ceilings and poofed.
All right, kid. Come on. Let's get you back to your mother. We'll get you off the floor here.
Doctor, I'm 35.
Oh, good lord.
He is
Sorry.
cosplaying Dr. White from, I think it's Dr. White, from Venture Brothers.
Yeah, the costume threw me off.
he was very short. So kind of got a whole lot of bad roles on the physical development side of things. Epilepsy, short. I don't know what the current politically correct term for that is, but he's basically a midget.
Mm-hmm.
It's little person.
Little person. Okay, thank you. Little person.
What's the big head macroencephalopy or something?
Wow. And it's time for that final planned event. The other events several of the other events have been unplanned, like the dancing firefighters. They couldn't possibly have been real fighter fighters. They danced way too well. And that shit was choreographed. How many of you guys are planning to attend this next panel with a surprise announcement that one of the Freedom Five will be the hero will be present and selecting 4 registered heroes from those that attend the panel?
Oh, definitely Ethan.
Oh yeah, that will make the magic fart cushions hilarious.
Flexibella is definitely getting dragged along to that by June.
Okay.
Mossy heads in. It's the last panel. Somebody, especially if somebody from the Freedom 5 shows up, there's a solid possibility that someone's going to pass out from excitement, so he might as well be there if he's already down in the main hall. It's not like he has to wait in line or anything. He's got a staff badge.
That's right. Huh.
What I want to know is what other celebrities are attending this Comic-Con?
Who's wearing a costume that we don't know?
Well, it's hard to tell who is actually really here and who is just in a really good costume, and who is here but not as themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Adam
who
Savage
shows up
probably
at
here.
a panel?
What was that, NG?
Who shows up at panels?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a real good question. The panel, as you start filtering in, you see some of the Freedom folk. Clearly, these are costumed Freedom folk.
Oh yeah.
There are way too many tachyons already. And she's not that fast that she literally appears in slow motion in different places.
All right.
I think there's what was her name? Liberty Girl? Just Liberty? The daughter of
Legacy.
okay. There's a legacy there. It's a bold move because you definitely want to get that one right. It's kind of like going to con dressed as Superman when Superman actually exists.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Superman is the kind of guy who would any Superman costume, no matter how bad, you would get I like it from him.
You sure would. You don't get too much of a chance to look around at the others because everything goes black.
Damn it, some kid messing with the lights again.
There are not even emergency lights or exit lighting. You can't see a hand in front of your face. And there's same kind of joking and conspiratorial whispers of this is all part of the show. This is a performance. And there's also the this is scary. This is new.
So it's only vision. Okay.
Yep, you can still smell everyone.
Last day of the con, big room, lots of people. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Mossy came in, he sat down at the sort of the staff table off to the side. Does he hear any of the staff saying anything about what they think is going on, or
Yeah. What he's hearing is that this wasn't in the schedule. We weren't advised of this. What's going on?
Is anybody turning on their cell phones to use in this light?
Well, if they are, you can't see them.
I look at my cell phone.
You can't see it.
Huh.
You're sure you pressed the right button, and now that you're listening for cell phones, you can hear other people kind of clicking that little side button to try and get it to show the screen. You even hear somebody the sound when somebody restarts their phone. But you don't see anything. And that's causing a bit of a stir among the attendees as well.
All right. Well, Ethan's gonna stand up and just be like, "All right, stay calm, people. This is just, magical shit's happening, but doesn't mean we need to panic. Stay in an orderly fashion. People at the ends of the rows, one by one, get up, start moving your way towards the doors. And he's gonna try to clear the room calmly."
Okay.
Well, he's doing that, and and especially when he hears it, and he was thinking it anyway. Somebody talking about magic. Mossy taps into that sort of sixth sense that he's picked up about magical energies and whatnot. Would you allow an overcome using Principle of Magic to see if he senses any malevolent magical forces at play?
Oops. That is not what I wanted to do. No green boxes here. No giant green boxes here. So describe to me what he's trying to overcome.
Well, he just wants to see if he's trying to sense any malevolent magical energies in the air. It's a hero con, and in this world there's almost certainly people in the audience who have some, either latent or active minor magical powers. But he's trying to sense if there's any just magical energies in the air that feel darker to him.
Okay. What qualities and powers would he have that would help him do that?
Awareness, and magical lore.
And does he have any of those principles that simply say, you know when magic is happening?
I mean, he's got Principle of Magic.
And what's that give him? What's that to do for him?
During role playing, what you got?
Yeah, or the. Oh wait, that's on the other side of the sheet.
Yeah, sorry, I may have changed the page on you.
You are attuned to an otherworldly force and can feel the mystical energies of the area.
Okay, let's put that on pause for just a second, because I want to ask, did this just change your page?
On what?
On your character sheet.
Oh, nope, I'm still on abilities. Oh, now it did. Okay.
Okay, so then me looking at your character sheet and changing page does actually change it for you.
Yes.
That's another reason that I dislike this format.
Oh, the multi-page thing? Yeah.
Especially when you've got such important things on two different pages.
I've noticed the same thing on the shape sheet for 5th edition. It's, I can...
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. All right.
Roll20 doesn't have a way to differentiate between viewer and editor, really. I guess.
Yeah. Now let's go back to Soul Judge.
Yeah.
Do I get my overcome or?
No, you do not get your overcome. The Soul Judge is trying to calmly move people towards the exits.
Yep.
Same question I just asked Matt. Do you have any principles that will aid in that, or powers or qualities that lend to that?
Powers, suggestion, qualities, leadership.
Okay. That is going to be an overcome check.
Okay.
Matt, Mossy does sense magic in the area here. Let me just flip your page again. Oops, wrong button.
Actually, I would like to use Principle of the Whispers. I'm going to overcome against a challenge that involves information I have no real way of knowing. I'm going to say that I know actually where the darkness ends somehow.
Okay.
So I'll tell people, if you go this far out, you'll get out of the darkness, everything will be all right, and then send them on out.
All right.
So I guess I should roll the overcome then?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, suggestion.
Going back to Mossy here, you feel that this entire area is a mystical area, like you've been encapsulated in something. And Soul Judge, that would be a success with a minor twist or a failure.
Yeah, I'll take the success with a minor twist.
Okay. The extent of out is not so much a physical reality as it is a mental reality. Do you have a shorter name I could call him instead of just Soul Judge every time?
Call him Ethan.
Ethan. Okay.
Same number of syllables, really.
Yeah, but it seems easier.
Soul Judge is it's just what he calls the entity and / what he becomes. So it's kind of like.
And actually, maybe it's good to differentiate between the two then. So yes, Ethan, as he's listening to these whispers, the whispers get farther and farther away in his own mind, painting a picture for him that while they're still nearby, that there's some kind of mental fuckery extending what people are having to do. This minor twist is going to basically create mental cramps for all the attendees, and they may come up as penalties in further interactions.
Wonderful.
And now I get to write mental cramps. I've always wanted to write mental cramps.
Better than having mental cramps.
Probably.
Mossy leans sideways in the direction that he can still hear the staff. Yeah, there's some magical fuckery going on. Is there? You got communication out to the rest of the con? Is there anybody else that's experiencing this?
I can't see who I'm calling, dude. I can't even figure out what button to press on the phone to make it a phone.
Activate Siri, call, etc.
You're not even using like walkie-talkies to like a central. What kind, man? I stay in contact with my medical staff the entire time. I've got them on a little walkie-talkie channel. Wait, why am I even talking to you then?
Yeah, you're actually the only medical person there. You're talking to other staff and organizers.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. He realizes and goes, "God damn it!" He taps his earpiece. Hey, is anybody on the medical staff on this channel?
Yeah, Bess, what you need?
All right. Where you at?
Just on the floor. Just got that epileptic kid adult.
Oh.
All situated.
Yeah. Good.
How's the panel going in there?
Well, everything went fucking black.
I'll have some check the lights for you.
No, it ain't the lights. This is like magic shit going on. It's not out there, obviously, or you would have said something already. I mean, we got to get these people out of here. See if you can get together some people and maybe come to the door.
There's people coming out.
Okay, they seem blind when they get out of the room.
Confused.
Well, better than blind. All right. Well, keep calling them out. Like, stand out where you can still see and like shout into the open door for people to come in the direction of your voice. Maybe we can get everybody out of this place.
All right. What are Vextrus and Flexibel doing during this?
All right. Flexibel, when the lights go black, as far as she knows, and then, here's the confusion as people are trying to pull out their phones and nothing's happening. She attempts to stretch her neck up as high as she can to see if there's if it stops being black once she's at a certain height.
Well, she bumps her head on the ceiling and it is still black.
All right, so she'd retract her neck, snake it back down to her shoulders.
That would be a
Hopefully
very
her
disturbing
daughter
scene if anybody could see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully your daughter isn't, or granddaughter isn't freaking out, or great granddaughter.
Yep,
Great granddaughter.
great grand.
What does June call Flexibel? Grand? Meemaw? Gray Meemama?
Grand.
Do you keep adding me's for the grands, like me, Meemaw?
Not the boom boomer.
Grand. So yeah, you hear June beside. She hears June beside her. Grand, what's happening here? Why is it? What happened?
I'm not exactly sure, honey. Something strange is going on. Best to sit tight for a moment. Don't want to knock around into a bunch of people in the dark.
Okay. How about Vextrus?
She wants to put on Laser Floyd.
Laser Floyd. Okay.
Laser Floyd.
What is Laser Floyd?
It is basically a laser show set to Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Darkness. She wants to use magical energies to basically illuminate things to the sound of Pink Floyd.
Okay. And what principles, powers, and qualities does she have?
Well,
that, can
both of
assist
them
with
would
this?
apply. There is the principle of chaos, because who thinks of that? And there's the principle of great power. She's going to use her magic wand to make it happen.
Okay,
In
let's
this
see
case,
what
I was
those.
thinking
Oh.
cosmic and either conviction or magical lore.
Unfortunately, your abilities don't list the principles and how they apply.
Because that's on the other sheet.
No, the principles also have a role to overcome in situations such and such. However, I think the principle of great power is what you would be trying to do here. Why don't you look that up real quick for me? Tell me what the overcome when situation is. That is actually really awesome there. That would be fantastic to watch. And probably give people epilepsy if they didn't already have it.
Yeah, they've been doing
yeah.
variants of that at planetariums since the 70s.
You there yet, Nick?
I'm looking for what it uses, because the principle of chaos just says overcome a situation in a way that is truly unpredictable and use your max die.
Yeah, the situation isn't truly or what you're doing there is not truly unpredictable. It's darkness, and so you're bringing light. So what's the principle of great power?
Overcome a situation using one of your highest rated powers and use your max die.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's for role playing, it's your powers are
Mm.
so strong they scare you sometimes. So like I guess it's just sort of it is an overpower thing. As long as you got a power that.
You want to change the numbers on your powers real quick? Because your highest rated is flight. And I'm not sure you intended that synergy with Principle of Great Power.
It kind of has to be because I can't switch it. Flight, the D10 on flight was determined by basically itself.
Okay.
By my archetype, which is flyer. That's how that happened.
Gotcha. Right. So is that the strength of Vectress's great power is flight?
No, technically it all comes through the wand. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to see if there's a quick adjustment that could be made, because Principle of Great Power should, as it's written, only be used through flight.
Is that the only one you've got at that D?
Yeah, that's the highest.
Yeah, and you have the 1d10. I mean, it says one of the highest rated powers. I mean,
yeah.
the D8 are still basically next in line.
That is such a weird. What it should just say your highest rated power.
Well, you could have multiples at D10.
Multiples at that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you only got one, my argument would be, that'd be the only one that you could use with it. Cause
it should be, yeah. Well, I'll let you make a quick adjustment and say that Cosmic is your power for that purpose, without changing the dice.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. If you look at the rest of the powers, everything else runs through Cosmic. And yes, the flight is derived from the wand, but it doesn't do things for that.
Okay. Then, yes, you may go ahead and roll to try and create a visual disco ball. That is also a success with a minor twist. Or failure.
No, I'm totally taking it. I want Laser Floyd. The audience wants Laser Floyd.
Alright, do you have any suggestions for a twist?
Either weird side effect. She doesn't really understand the wand that well. That's where the conviction comes in. She hopes it does that. It usually does.
Okay. Let's look at the list of minor twists. Alright. The twist I'm going to suggest is that the scene escalates one space towards a more dangerous state.
Oh boy.
Sure.
Okay.
That works.
Outside, your Mossy's buddy, who's starting to call people out, says, hey, Moss, there's some lights coming out of there, but...
And music. Don't forget the music.
And music. There's a disco ball, and now I'm looking inside. Now that you brought my attention to it, there's... Excuse me. I lost my train of thought. The people are kind of following the lights. Is that creating an arrow?
Well, I mean, kind of looks like it. I don't know what the hell is going on. If it's helping people get the hell out of here, I'm fine with it.
And the rest of you inside actually do see the laser show that's being created. So, Nick, go ahead and describe what everyone is seeing. Now, keep in mind in your description that they're only seeing the lights of the laser.
That's okay. There would basically just be... I'm not saying cramp-inducing things, but there are lasers flashing everywhere. I mean, it's not classic laser, so you can actually see figures in the air.
Mhm.
And mostly just... It all seems to at least direct to exits and things like that, but there's music. their things, and I would imagine some of the people actually just stare at it and go, "What the hell?" And all kinds of weird little fairies are dancing, wooden little sceneries, and then just waves and things. It's very stroboscopic.
A little fairy does that whole body butt shimmer and points towards what you think is the exit.
Yeah, it's kind of, you see those people dancing, kind of not like an Egyptian, but kind of the dance moves with pointing hands and heads and doing the head nod in the right direction.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, very psychedelic. I said it might not help because some people might just watch it instead of moving.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and everyone got a hero point.
Yeah, you guys should all have 2 now.
Yep, because I used one also.
Mm-hmm. So now you're still in darkness. You can't see anything except for the lasers and the laser images. Even what points define all laws of physics and reality. Even whatever points or objects these lasers would technically have hit at the end of their journey, you can't see those. It's still dark. And John, is that the right one? John is Mossy? John,
Yes.
yes. John feels like the fabric of the magic that is making it dark is trying to claw back at the lasers. There is something that is trying to keep this darkness active.
Well, the lasers are helping, so yeah, let me see if I can overcome with principle of magic to push against the energies that are trying to stop the laser light show, because that seems to be helping people out, and he wants people to get out of this place. So
Okay. Before you do that, is anybody else doing anything? We've already got the laser light show that's ongoing. The whispering has helped to create a sort of mental map, a distorted mental map out. So are Ethan, Flexbell doing anything else?
No, I'm pretty much set with what I've got.
Okay. NG?
Or with what I've done, I should say.
NG, if you're speaking, I can't hear you. Can we hear you now?
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah.
Damn it, Discord.
All right. So yeah, she's just sitting sitting still for the moment until something else happens. She's not exactly sure what she'd be able to do about the situation.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Mossy is doing. Why don't you go ahead and describe how he's applying himself, Matt?
Well, now that this is obviously, I mean, there's something going on. He gets the impression, that the lights are, not coming from whatever is originating this. And since the lights seem to be helping, he wants to feel the energies that are coming out against the light show and try to push back against them as much as he can. And maybe find the source. So deduction and magical lore. And then an overcome against a mystical force.
Yeah.
Uh, Yes, and we're still in green, right?
Actually, I forget how the tracker is supposed to work.
I was gonna say I didn't think one push further, in the scene would immediately take us from green to yellow. I think it's supposed to be a.
No, that's not what I'm looking at. Because no one push wouldn't. All the scenes have their own different trackers.
Right.
Um, 1 second. I got lost in my own notes here. Okay, yes, you're still in green.
Okay. All right. And this will be an overcome with Max. Well, I mean, I would have liked 10, but I'll take 8.
An 8 is a success. John, get engaged in a contest between this force that's trying to quash the lasers, and his own magical powers, and with a sprinkling of what could only be described as either glitter or fairy dust, John succeeds in this contest. Do you have any idea? Do you want to describe kind of what that looks like to everyone? Or you want to leave that to me?
Does the success push the darkness back, or just?
It does.
Okay.
After this description, everyone can see fine.
All right. Well, as the light show continues on, there's a glow of golden purple light. The primary shade of it is a golden warm light hue, but it's tinged with a color that you could describe as purple if you were being extremely vague with what the color actually is. If anyone's familiar with the Discworld stuff, the color that should be showing up is octarine, the 8th color, the color of magic. That's impossible to truly describe, but it's kind of purple. But yeah, there's a hint of this flickering, rolling, purple, shiny hue as a glow kind of comes up from the side of the room where the table is, and then in an instant just flashes across the room like fire flash paper, just from that side of the room to across, and suddenly the lights, it's back to just like it was. I'm imagining the laser light show is still going though. Well, that worked. Where the hell are you, you little? And John just kind of starts looking around the room. Excuse me.
All right. Adding to that. Wait, what? Why aren't you snapping? Snap, motherfucker, snap.
Holding shift?
I
think it's shift.
Yeah, it might be shift. Nope. Oh, Jesus. And because it's a very thin drawing, it's very difficult to pick up and move. I think I'll just start over with that. Why is it a different green? Okay. See, that's just ugly. But whatever. Oh, I know. I'll finish the rest of this later. I don't need to waste you guys' time with it. In addition to what Matt just described, there's also silvery glitter that is just floating throughout the room like soap bubbles. As the magic that has been keeping you in the dark is pushed back, the silvery glitter pops out of existence, and there are whispers to Ethan that that was
Hooray.
all a mental trick. These are Ethan's whispers, not somebody else's whispers.
Right. Well, okay. Yeah. Wonderful. That's probably true.
Someone playing with your mind. But the
What? All right. So now that we can see, what heroes do I see around here?
you didn't get
Still.
you didn't get a whole lot of heroes into this panel, and now that people are leaving, there's some off heroes, but there are no major heroes here at this one.
What about the Freedom 5 person supposed to be here?
Well, you see some in costumes of Freedom 5, but they're clearly not.
We got lied to.
Ethan's whispers snicker in agreement. And Ethan's whispers reveal the name of this episode to him.
Well, great.
The Comic-Con Con.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, now that the lights are up, Flexibel stands up and takes her great granddaughter's hand and says, "Well, kiddo, looks like the show's over. Let's get out of here."
All right, June is fully in agreement with that. That was kind of a scary light show and glitter fest in the darkness. They may have both been pretty awesome without the darkness. As June and Flexibel are leaving, what are the other three of you doing? Or are leaving
Probably
this
also
room?
leaving?
You're also leaving? Okay.
I mean, Mossy's just gonna hang around, sit there at the staff table, just listen to if they have anything to say about what just happened, and he doesn't have anywhere else to be, so he's just gonna stay sitting.
Okay. No, at the staff table, they're just continuing to run through a checklist of electrical issues. Checking to see if there were electrical issues, or if somebody can come in with a magic sniffer, see if there was some kind of magic afoot. The rest of you, as you're leaving this conference room, you actually see.
I'm not. Ashton.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Not leaving.
Okay.
He's
That's-
basically dancing to the music in the emptying room.
Okay. I'll turn you up just a little bit here. All right.
Very
so-
Travolta with the wand and everything. So there's a devil dancing.
Does it look like the image that NG posted?
Say what?
I said, does the devil dancing look like the image NG posted?
What image did NG post?
The
NG
dancing angel.
Yeah, dancing angel.
I did not post that.
Oh, that
a
was
tooth
Nick.
fairy.
Nick did.
I just assumed it. I just blamed NG for it.
Sorry, and that's not an
No.
angel. That's a tooth fairy.
That's the dancing tooth fairy, and no, that is what some of the laser fairies look like.
Okay. So Flexibel and June and Ethan, as you're leaving this conference room, that was previously shrouded in darkness that wasn't actually there. A little bit more wide-eyed and, or at least alert to shenanigans, with Flexible having June to take care of and John hearing whispers. You notice that there are Tinkerbells hiding on top of the hanging lights in this main conference hall. You can see that they're hiding because if they see you looking up at them, they move to the other side of the hanging light so that you can't see them.
So there are things
Hey,
up there.
anyone see those things up there? Anyone else? Or was it just me?
May not be able to hear you, NG.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Ah.
All right. Does anybody respond to Ethan?
So who all sees this?
Well,
Well, it sounds like only Ethan and Flexibel are out there, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so just those two.
Yeah, and you guys are close enough that you can see Ethan kind of looking at something, and see people in his vicinity looking up and around. And
I
a
would.
couple of people around Ethan. Yeah, there's one right there.
Okay. Well, I would say that John Mossy, with that, awareness being one of his powers, would have looked out and seen him. So he gets up from the table and he walks out the front conference door. What are you looking at, son?
And you can
That's-
see the Tinkerbells.
The fairies. Somebody. What? Looks back at Ethan. Did you bring those in?
Not me. No, sir.
Okay. What the? He kind of cups one hand to his mouth. Hey! Elf! Why don't you get down here?
What he called him? Little what?
No, he said, one of
Hey,
you get
Elf.
down here.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, that was kind of a run-on word.
A Tinkerbell looks at him, sticks out her tongue, makes a nanny 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 face, and then moves to the other side of the light fixture that she is perched upon.
No respect.
Right. Yeah, let's yeah, we're not gonna have any of that crap. And he sees Flexibel there, and knows of her.
Okay.
He's old enough that her active years were close to when he was a kid, and so he
Yep.
remembers her comics. Hey, I saw your table earlier. You think you could reach up and grab one of those? I remember you could get your arms up pretty high there. If you don't mind me asking, Miss Bell.
She looks over at him, looks up to where he's pointing. Is that who's been causing all of this?
Well, they're a likely candidate.
Well, I'll see what I can do. And I failed to describe what she looks like earlier. But she's taller than average woman, about 5'7". She's got long, wavy auburn hair with curls towards the bottom, kind of a victory roll kind of look. She's
Classic.
she's wearing a skin tight blue supersuit with an added short skirt. There's white stars emblazoned in a line up and down the arms and legs, and a Liberty Bell symbol and a circle of white on her upper chest. She's wearing red ankle boots, matching gloves, a red belt with gold buckle, and a blue domino mask. And she has the hourglass figure of a 1940s pinup model. But she will attempt and overcome by stretching her arm up to the light and attempting to snatch one of the fairies and bring it down for questioning.
Okay. Give me one moment here. I figured out how to do this.
Do what?
Create a tracker.
Oh. That is one way to do it.
Indeed. And then I just need to, those should all be in the map background so that they can't be accidentally moved. There we go. Perfect. And now I just need an X token.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Couldn't line them up all neat though, huh?
No, so I deliberately made them not neat. It's comic booky.
Yeah. It's stylized.
There are still plenty of comics that are hand lettered.
That's right.
It's rare, but
But they exist.
Ha! I made an X.
Proud of you?
Yes, I am proud of me too.
I see your X. It does seem to
Your
mark the
X,
spot.
I raise your Y.
I guess it should be an arrow, shouldn't it? Otherwise I have to literally X each one. That's annoying. I'm gonna make a different shape. Huh. Whatever. Suppose it can be a little bit smaller. Alright, how's that look? Is that indicative?
That is an indicator.
Very good.
I guess.
A little bit more difficult to grab than I think I wanted it to be, but that's fine. Probably just increase its size again if I want to.
You
Fix
could make your indicator thicker.
Yep, that requires me increasing the size.
Really? Nothing?
I don't read spam email, sorry. Alright.
But the Nigerian prince seemed so nice.
So, Flexibel is trying to reach up and grab one of these little fairies. Go ahead and give me an overcome.
All right.
And what powers and qualities is she using for that?
So, elasticity would make sense. And then I think either close combat or acrobatics, depending on what you say.
I'm gonna go with acrobatics. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna let you decide on how she's approaching that. Close combat is clearly a more aggressive quality.
All right. Well, she's not going aggressive. She's just trying to bring the fairy down to their level, not strangle it.
Okay, okay. Okay. And was this a principle? I
right.
can't remember if we.
Oh, there we
It
go.
said overcome, so I'm not sure if you were using a principle.
I don't think he said.
Nah, I wouldn't. I don't think this would qualify as charging headlong into danger.
What about your other principle?
It's not that funny. Okay. So, as the mid die, this is again a success with a minor twist or a failure.
I'll take the minor twist.
Okay. The fairy bites Flexibel.
That was exactly what I had that thought in my head as you said that. I was like, I bet the little fucker just bites her.
If you're okay
luckily
with that
for
twist.
Flexibel, yeah, I'm okay with that. Especially since it really doesn't do anything to Flexibel. She's
Twist
got the
damage.
she's
is
got
reduced, I
the
don't
principle of the indestructible, which she ignores damage from unpowered close combat weapons and attacks.
think. This will actually do damage to her though. It's as the twist, it does your mid dying damage, I believe.
Oh, damn. That's quite a bite.
That's quite a bite.
Oof. Tearing a real chunk out.
Oh yeah, especially with mid die at 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't have to accept it. It's the twist is negotiated after. I mean, you're not locked in
I'll take
once
it.
you say. Okay. So yes, this is a powered source. As Flexibel is reaching up and trying to grab her, the damn thing is slippery. But it makes for itself a little bit of a fatal mistake. It bites Flexibel after being annoyed at Flexibel's grasping arms, and that lets Flexibel get a full-on grip on it. As she's dragging this little fairy down, those are not Tinkerbell teeth. Those are sharp, jagged, demonic-looking little teeth, and they are chomping into Flexibel.
Yeah, she reels it in and gives it a real mean look. Says, I was trying to play nice, but you keep that up, I'm going to rip your wings off.
It shrieks at her, and then 5 others from the lights shriek.
So they all sort of like hiss in unison.
They all hiss in unison.
Is this thing shouting words or is this wordless?
No,
Just
it's just shrieking. It's
okay.
just wordless shrieking. I wonder if I've got any fairy tokens in the assets that I have available to me with my premium account.
There might be. I remember I've gone through it occasionally, and there's been some random ass stuff in there.
Annoying is that trying to search brings up options from the web really quickly.
Yeah.
Not so fast from other stuff.
Yeah, and I'd argue that a bunch of the stuff in those premium packs is non-intuitively named.
Yeah, and not a single good fairy, unfortunately.
I have a distinct feeling that these aren't good fairies.
I feel like these are closer to, classic pre
Folklore.
yeah, like pre-Christian mythology fairies when you didn't want to encounter those little shits. It was not a happy-go-lucky sort of thing. It was children disappear kind of thing. Yeah.
And one
I
thing
see you got the.
annoys me about so many of these little icons is they all want to do top down, and I'm like, that's not fun.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
don't like top down.
I
Okay.
went through a bunch of them. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted your roleplay. Go ahead.
Oh, I see you got the little fucker. The hell is that thing? They look really cute from far away. A lot less cute up this close. Are you doing all right? That thing looks like it's taking chunks out of you.
I've had worse.
Oh, okay.
Did you want to ask it some questions? Not sure it's in the answering mood.
Oh, well, see if you can hold it still. Could I just roll just a single magical lore, just to see if this thing even feels familiar to my sort of generalized magic knowledge that I've picked up over the years of healing occasionally magic-powered superheroes?
Nope. You don't need to roll it. This
No.
just comes with your principle of magic.
Okay.
This is a demon.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and start this off as another scene. You guys all have kind of pogs down there.
Yeah. Pog-like.
Pog-like, right? Good on short notice. And if you click on that little thing, whatever that thing is, can you see anything in the green bubble? Or are you able to even
I
click
can't
on it?
click on it. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no clicking.
No clicking. Got it. No, is there clicking?
Not for me.
No.
Interesting. I've forgotten how to do that. It's not something that represents a character. It's not controlled by anybody but me.
What layer did you put it in? You put it in the GM layer?
Should. Well, if it's in the GM layer, you wouldn't see anything. Do you even see
Yeah.
anything?
No, we see it. So that's either got to be on the map layer or the token layer.
What are you trying to do?
Token layer. I'm trying to make it so you guys can click on it.
Oh, you have to give us permission to control it then, basically.
Gotcha. Right. Controlled by all players. There you go.
Ah, there we go. Yep, 68. So there's 6 little fuckers.
There are 6 little fuckers, and one of them is in Flexibel's hand.
Mhm.
Well, hands. I just saw the picture. Yeah.
Great movie, creepy as hell.
What the? Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give the first turn to Flexibel. Has John expressed that this is a demon? Has he expressed his knowledge?
Yeah. As soon as once he gets a good close look at this thing and sees it screeching and shouting, you see him. He kind of leans in, sort of squints at the thing, and then backs up with a bit of an expression on his face. Shit, that's not a fairy. That's a demon.
Well, I believe it.
All right, Flexibel.
And, yeah, Flexibel is going to like her hands expand to be a bit larger. She's just gonna try to squish the fairy demon.
Oh dear. Yep.
Flat.
Okay.
I'm using bounce back.
Okay. I don't know what all your powers do, so you're pretty much moderating yourself on that.
No worries. Ouch.
Oof. Yeah,
Well
that's
done.
son of a bitch.
Okay. I am looking at that. Yeah.
Okay, that is a 3 on the attack.
And a 1 on the heal. Okay. That succeeds. My dice is the wrong color. I need to fix that too. There we go.
I was gonna say, how do you change that? Because I forgot how you change the 3D dice, but yeah.
Yeah, it saves. It is not squished. It's pushing back at Flexible's grasping elastic hands with all of its might and goes shooting out. You hear it bump into the ceiling. It rockets so hard out of this constricting space.
So she squeezed it out of her hands like a grape.
Yes. Flexible, who goes next?
I will give it to Mossy.
Mossy, you see above the 6 demonic little fairies, now bearing their sharpened, pointy fangs. 3 of them look like they've congealed, or not congealed, swarmed onto a single hanging light fixture. Their weight is obviously negligible because just landing on it doesn't even seem to have rocked it at all. And they're just looking down at you guys as a group. The others are focusing their attention more on the crowd of people who are watching these goings on with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Is this a show? Is this real? What's happening here?
Yeah.
There was a light display just a minute ago, so this could be part of the same skit.
All right. Yeah. He kind of slaps his hands together. No. Come on down here, you little shits. See, come on to me. And to attract their attention, he is going to used focus apparatus, which I haven't been able to come up with a good flavor name for it. But this is using his radiant magical abilities, or his tie-in, and he's going to hinder using radiant and attack with the Min die. If I was
Okay.
in red, I could apply the penalty to all of them, but this is just going to be, he's going to tag one of the little shits with a bit of a magical actually he's just trying to try and make a little magical cage out around one of them to see if, and try and squish it a little bit, see if he can either take one out or attract their attention so they come down on him rather than anybody else.
All right. The twist from before that gave everyone what are described as, or labeled as, mental cramps, but have a variety of effects, are penalizing this action. You
Okay.
have a -1.
All right. Okay, so we'll go Radiant, Magical Lore, and still in green. So hinder with mid, attack with min at -1.
And I get to decide where the -1 goes, of course. Wow, that is really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply the -1 to your attack portion of it.
Okay, so the 7 goes down to 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it is hindered with 8.
That is a -3 hinder.
Just on one of them now.
Yep. And you're attacking a different one, right? Or is that attack the same one?
I'm attacking using the same one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to squish it with a magical.
Oh, that -1 saves it.
Oh,
Son of a bitch. Does
So-
it reduce it at least though, or?
No, lieutenants
No,
are
that's
only
right.
reduced if they roll under.
Oh, these are lieutenants, not minions.
These are lieutenants. And as you guys are seeing how tough these little shits are, it doesn't help that one of the confused and frustrated people from the room that have their kind of sense of space and reality distorted just by that mind-bending blackness that went on way farther than the rooms should have. That penalty is actually coming up as one of those guys is focusing that frustration on the little group of fairies. He gets some of his friends and they start throwing things at them and they flutter off. He has basically ruined your targeting.
Yeah. So it's still hindered. I just didn't do any damage to it.
Yeah, the cage is like hanging from its legs and it's fluttering more slowly.
Mhm. Right. Damn it, Alda. Well, he's unaware if these other two can actually do anything. So let's pass it to the demons at the moment.
Okay. Anybody remember the shorthand key for the selection tool?
S.
I tried S.
Thought that was it.
Oh, maybe I don't have
Do
that
you-
activated.
Yeah. You have to have advanced keyboard shortcuts active.
Okay. There it is. Yes, you were right. All right.
Do we just have them? Do we have an environment as well, or just?
There's no environment tracker
Okay.
right now.
So yeah, he waits to see what the little shits do.
So what those little shits do?
Take
Hang
little
on a
shits. Well, I mean, they would have to.
They would, yeah. Uh-huh. Is some of them continue focusing on the crowd. About 3 of them are just ignoring you guys and are flitting from one light fixture to another and looking down at the people. Some of those people are looking back up at them with mild curiosity. Some of them are completely oblivious as they're watching the fight unfold between the 3 scattering little fairies. Those scattering fairies are trying to turn your own magics and your own tricks against you. One at a time. 3 of them are trying to wrap you up in little webs and cocoons of magic. Starting with Flexibel. This is a hinder action. Flexibel has a -1 webbed. Please go ahead and just put in a little text -1 fairy webbed under Flexibel. And same thing for John, except yours is a -2.
What's up?
And one of them just doesn't like just doesn't like Vextrus's costume, so she's gonna fairy web Vextrus.
All right.
I should ask first: has Vextrus actually come out of the conference room by now?
No.
All right. Well, then we're gonna. Sorry, Brian. This is going against Ethan instead.
Come at me, bruh.
She was still dancing when things started to happen.
All
So,
right. You guys
yeah.
are being bound up in little fairy webs.
Kinky.
These are persistent and exclusive. Probably should have told you that before I had you.
I was
write it
gonna
in
say, because now it doesn't. I gotta redo it.
there. Where are you doing it, Matt?
Underneath.
Underneath your name on the screen?
Oh, I was putting it underneath the token.
Oh no. Much easier.
That's why we have our names and lines at the top, so you can.
Yeah, I realized that when you say it. I had scrolled down the screen. I had sort of forgotten that was up there.
Yeah, I have no way. I cannot seem to click on this text to edit it.
You can't edit it after you've got it.
You can. You can't be in the text portion, so I'll do it for you. If you're on the select tool, oops, then you can double click it. And John, I forgot to apply the -3 hinder, or did you want to apply the -3 hinder on the fairy that webbed John?
You put it down below, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
But you get to decide when to apply it.
Oh, right.
Do you want to have applied it on them trying to fairy web John?
Well, I mean, if it's persistent and exclusive, I really should have.
I'll let you.
Yeah.
Okay. The hinder goes to their hinder goes away, and yours is reduced down to only a -1. You want me to edit that for you, or you got it?
Wait, wow, that.
Yeah, just after you finish editing it, don't hit enter, just hit escape.
Right, because it's not. It doesn't act like a regular text.
It doesn't. Okay. And let's go ahead and turn the turn over to Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan's gonna just reach into his jacket and clutch the relic. Actually, what? I haven't decided actually what the relic is.
No, you didn't.
Wait, does everyone have a relic here?
No.
No, my power source is relic.
That's what's mine. That's why I'm asking.
Oh.
Nope. Mine is training.
I mean, you can see all like the character decisions I made in Discord. Like I wrote out I have live streams. My character creation.
Yeah, that actually looked kind of fun. You made it look like it would even be fun on a stream to broadcast it.
Probably, yeah, because it's interesting to see. It's fun to see people's thought processes too.
Yeah.
You know.
And it taught me something. I didn't know that you could go back and change quality selections you'd made.
Yeah, because it's a fluid process, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's still an option.
I think that might have made my Radiant character feel less janky if I'd either known to do that or let myself do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It's a set of rings, so I put them on,
Okay.
and then green infernal hellfire starts to swell around my body as I grow another foot in size, huge muscles, and just fucking hulk the fuck out. My features become unrecognizable as I flip the fuck out and start glowing with infernal hellfire.
All 6 of the fairies stop what they're doing and look at him with eyes getting unnaturally large for their faces, and then their mouths also expanding in a louder scream, showing all the sharp, pointy teeth, and again, opening their mouth unnaturally large for their face, and shriek at him.
Okay. I make my transformation. I get to take a basic action using my min die, so I still have to roll.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what I actually roll in terms of powers, qualities, and status for this.
You would roll normal, but you're based on your basic action. So you take a basic action, either attack, hinder, boost, or overcome, and then you choose powers, qualities, and status as normal. And the only
Okay,
thing
I
with the
see.
basic action is you don't get the benefits of special abilities.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and use strength close combat and the status to fucking just charge at one of these fairies or the fairy that webbed me and crush him.
Okay.
So this is my min die. The 1. But I have an inherent power, which I have named Read the Fine Print. Whenever I attack an enemy that's inflicted a penalty on me, treat that penalty as if it were a bonus for the purpose of that attack.
Oh.
So the web is actually a +1.
Okay.
With so 2 damage.
Did you say that this uses the min die?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I have to transform it as an action.
Oh, okay. And you're getting something else. You're getting an action out of it.
I get a basic action out of the transformation. Yeah.
A basic action at the min die. Okay. So that turns it into a 2. Well, that is something that could possibly fail to save.
Eh.
It doesn't.
Now I have all of my powers because I don't have access to most of my shit when I'm in human form.
All right. There are still 6 D8 hardy little fairies up there. It becomes Vextress's turn.
Well, she has heard the shouting and the screaming. Then people got hit in the face with sticky stuff, and some of them totally turned weird. So he's gonna take in the scenery, sees what's happening. Raises the wand over her head, very much of a He-Man pose, and then just boops herself on the head with it. She's gonna use the inspiration stick.
Inspiration stick.
Okay.
The inspiration stick.
And that is perfect, NG. I was thinking about the one with the golem, that like stretches his mouth unnaturally large, but that's also a really good image for that. Thank you.
But yes, I was thinking cosmic and conviction.
Okay. Now, when you say booping somebody with the inspiration stick, what exactly is this? What are you doing?
She's boosting herself.
Okay.
This is an exclusive.
Okay.
She's getting some inspiration. It's
All right.
different from the swoop and boop.
I love that. That's a power name.
I should have seen the other ones. I mean, you can see the other ones.
I will. Eventually. All right. She is not being penalized on this.
Yeah, it's not great, but I'll take it.
Mid die, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a +1.
+1.
All right, and who goes next? That's the end of a
Lem-
round.
Let me go first.
All right.
Scene
Let that one go
tracker
first.
is still green.
Okay.
Ethan.
All right. I'm going to use my infernal pressure action. Boost using imposing. Apply that bonus to all hero attack and overcome actions till start of my next turn.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm
right. You have that too.
yeah,
Do we have like the exact same power set?
probably from Relic still, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look,
Oh, don't tell me you also have the magical shield and stuff.
no, I don't. I don't have a reaction. I think I took the attack. Or I have the self boost and the hinder nearby opponent in yellow. And attack and healing. All right, anyways, yeah, so boost versus imposing. I probably can't use strength, but I'm going to use suggestion as my power. So everyone in their mind will suddenly just kind of hear a growling and hellish voice just simply saying, "Do better."
Get good, noobs.
Get good, scrubs. And just standard mid, I guess, and it's boost. God damn it, the 3.
You were close with that 6. You just needed to roll something else closer to it.
Well, 3 and a 2 and freaking D8s, man. What do you want from me? Well, so everyone gets +1 to their attacks. So my next turn. I mean, that'll still help against these goddamn lieutenants, probably.
And with if it for things like this, you can just have someone put it. In fact, the power user or ability user, just put it in the center here.
Yep.
And who goes next?
That's attacks and overcome.
Yep.
Well, we got a whole bunch of persistence going on here, don't we?
Yeah, you do. I'm only applying the mental cramps once, at most twice a turn. It was just a minor twist, so it shouldn't be that much of a continued hindrance for you guys.
Anyone
I'm just
technically,
looking at the
that's
fairy
for the
webs being
scene.
persistent too.
Yeah, the fairy webs are persistent and exclusive.
Anyone else want to go next? In particular?
The fairies do.
I mean, we're still in green.
Mm-hmm.
You are still in green.
I'll hand it to Flexibel.
Okay. Flexibel turns to June. Says, "All right, get out of here and get somewhere safe. I'll take care of this." And she forms her hand into a giant fly swatter and extends it out to slap at one of the fairies. She's using Long Arm of the Law.
Alright, I feel like a jerk for doing this to you, but June, as she's backing away from Flexibel, says, Gran, you're out of practice. And I'm applying that -1 persistent mental cramps penalty to you.
Wow.
What?
Oh, it's rough.
Oh, well,
Flexibel
That's
doesn't
not
have the
in-
mental cramps, but it's just kind of the aura, the pervasive atmosphere, and June's cutting words.
well, thing about the Long Arm of the Law is that I ignore all penalties on this attack, ignore any defend actions, and it cannot be affected by reactions.
Oh, that's even better. That's perfect.
I almost took one that was something like that was one of my options. I almost took it.
You guys have seen how effective Machine is with it.
Yeah, I had the option too.
Yeah, to a certain extent, this is a game of buffs and debuffs.
Yeah, my build is not particularly optimized, but it's very thematic.
Oh yeah, no, mine's all random shit.
All right, so that's going to be a 4 on the attack.
All right, because of Ethan's, yes.
Oh, come on.
I'm rolling pretty badly.
These
Yeah.
rolls. We're gonna die to these guys.
Thank God it's a
Oh.
one shot. Oh, maybe not. If the bad rolls go all around, we're all set.
Nah, they're lieutenants.
Here, let me
Basically,
actually
the
do it
timer-
like this.
The timer will run out.
There we go. That way
Are
I
we
can.
already that far into green? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even touched. This is the first time we've touched one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't feel like I don't remember it going the turn tracker going that quick in Mel's, but
Well,
well,
your time
there
in the
was a minor
void.
twist that bumped it up 2 spots. So
The twist bumped it up 1, and your time in the void counts against this face.
gotcha.
Shit was going on out here while you guys were trapped.
That and the one yellow is what's killing us.
And the one yellow what?
Is what's killing us.
One yellow. I don't understand.
That the yellow face is only 1 turn.
That's gonna
Oh,
be-
yes, yeah. Yeah,
That's
because
what's killing
it's
us.
it's still put right. You would normally be in yellow already in a normal scene tracker. Yeah. Who goes next?
Let me go.
NG? Hello?
Nope.
He
come on,
totally
G.
says yes. We just can't hear him.
He's nodding hysterically.
Yeah, we can't hear you, NG, if you're speaking.
Of course, if the reverse is true, he actually can't hear us either.
Right.
That
Quick.
occasionally happens to me.
Quick nod if you can hear us.
Imagine if he has been monologuing this entire time,
I know, right?
describing everything in intricate detail.
We might
Yep,
need to
it
find
was an injury
another
of the mind.
voice solution if Discord keeps at this.
It's still the best of the bunch.
Is it better than Skype as far as reliability goes?
I mean, I don't know if Skype has retained its reliability.
I mean, we experienced last week that Roll20 was better than Discord.
But it's so weird that this is NG is the only person I know that has this problem.
Nah, Dex had
What?
it too, but
Yeah.
NG might not have configured the router.
what's up?
oh, there we go.
How
Did
long
you
have
go
you been
somewhere?
talking?
I haven't.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, how long have you not been listening?
Probably for about a minute.
Longer than that.
We need to know who goes next.
What happened with the result of the roll?
Yes.
I missed it.
So Flexibel stretched out. You said like a fly swatter, right?
Right.
Flexibel does manage to smack one of them, and sends it spiraling against the floor. She's not able to crush it under her fly swatty hand. It leaps out just before she makes contact, but it crushed one of its legs.
Nice. Okay.
you reduced one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Vextress can go next.
Okay.
All right. In that case, she is going to point her wand, zip out of there, and get amongst the fairies. And it's not that the wand is pulling her; it's like Mary Poppins, just on speed. So it's holding it like an umbrella and just gliding out of there.
Okay.
And then she is going to swat them with, at least one of them, with the swoop and boop,
Okay.
booping it on the snout with the wand. She's going for the one that already kind of got hit.
All
But,
right.
Yeah. She's amongst them and just swatting. It's a swatting game. Alright, that uses flight. In this case, flight and conviction.
Sure.
Or Trickster. That works better for you.
Well, the way you described it sounds more like conviction. She believes it's happening, therefore it's doing something
That's
to
what
it.
powers everything she does.
Mhm.
And she does apply that bonus to it.
All right. So that's mid die. So that's a 6, right?
Yeah, that turns. No, it's actually more. Cause I also have the +1 from all attacks it overcomes. This is an attack.
Oh, the mildly inspired was the one you were talking about. Okay. It couldn't have saved against
Mildly
that.
inspired and
Yes.
from Ethan.
Mhm.
So it's +2 in total.
All right. That one is limping badly. It's 2 of its wings have fallen off from the conviction of Vextrus trying to destroy it. But it's still flying, but it's only flapping wings on one side of its body now.
And yeah, she is defending with the mid die. So.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, no, min die. Still good.
Yep.
It's defending with that 4. And yeah, she's
Is
up
that
there.
is that against all attacks?
Yep, against all attacks.
Okay.
Until my next turn.
Yeah, I'd like you to go ahead and write that out under Vextrus also. And who goes next? You got fairies and
Let the
moths.
fairies go.
Okay. As before, half of the fairies are still ignoring you guys. They're still more interested in the attendees. In fact, some of them are now flying down from their little perches on the lights.
I thought you said all of them looked at Ethan when he
They did.
went
They did.
level.
So after looking at him and screeching with ginormous mouths,
Okay, and then
3
they
of
just
them,
turned their attention away. They resumed ignoring.
yeah, 3 of them turned back to the Comic-Con attendees, and now some of them are swooping down and flying right in their faces. Those attendees that seem to be targeted aren't reacting as you would expect someone to react when a little foot-tall fairy swoops down and stares you in the face. And they're cute until they open their mouths. So that might have something to do with it. The other 3, the 1d4 and 2 of the d8s, are still focused on harassing you guys. The d4 is going to try and bite Ethan. Well, let's see. The d4 just got swatted by Flexibel and booped by Vextrus.
Who's right in his face?
Oh, is Vextrus still right in its face?
Well, she's flying up there. She's basically amongst in with the fairies.
Then it is attacking Vextrus.
Yeah, she's inside the swarm.
This is just a regular attack. It can't possibly do damage, although it would have. Sorry, I was looking at the other die. Nope, that is 2, and that is completely negated by the Swish defense gambit.
Yes.
Okay.
Originally invented by the Swish, who had a lot of hot cheese in their mouth at the time.
A lot of what in your mouth?
Hot cheese in their mouth at the time. That's why it's the Swish defense gambit, not the Swiss defense gambit.
Okay. The other 2. So between Flexibel and Ethan, which of you is built as intending to be a more imposing tank?
Ethan's not really tanky, so to speak. I actually don't really have much in the way of defense.
Okay.
He's kind of a weird DPS / like buffing.
So he's intimidating and roars like Demon Hulk, but not exactly intending to take on all the attacks. He's not drawing attacks to him necessarily.
No, he's more just I don't know. Like I don't know how to describe it. He's not necessarily drawing attacks. No.
What about Flexibel? I think you mentioned earlier that I remember somebody mentioning that they built a tank.
I think it was.
Yeah, although I can't really do anything until it's red.
Okay. Okay.
Technically, I'm a tank.
Is Flexibel in any way drawing attacks aside from just hitting things?
I mean, none of the abilities I've been using have any sort of taunt built in.
No,
don't
I
know.
mean just fiction-wise.
I would say she's drawing a lot of attention to herself. She is waving around a big hand.
Okay.
And,
I mean, Ethan is fairly
she did
large.
threaten to pull out one of the pull out the wings of one of the fairies.
That's true, she did. And then one of the fairies lost 2 of its wings. So put 2 and 2 together, and one of them is definitely attacking Flexibel. This is an attack. Five damage unless you do anything to defend. Or unless anybody does anything to defend. Nope. Alright, 5 damage to Flex.
I am going to go ahead and use my reaction. To use I'm rubber and you're glue.
Okay.
That's going to deflect one of the points of damage, which is the damage that is absorbed by my boing ability. And that's going to deal that damage to another one of the fairies.
Oh, I see.
So, it'll be snapping, and it's jaws, and she'll kind of move her arm out of the way, and it'll bite one of the its fellow fairies.
Okay. Unfortunately, none of them can. A 1 won't do anything to any of the others, since they're not minions.
Oh. Well, that's lame.
Does it still do anything else for you, though?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I see. When you would be dealt damage, you may deal damage to a nearby target equal to the amount reduced by your armored ability.
I guess that only works with minions.
Yeah, or at later stages when your armored goes up. It's very thematic, but I'm surprised that the numbers on that are kind of low because I've seen others like Everyman's. Just a roll in a D4, D6, and a D8, I think, isn't it?
Well, I have a couple, but one of them is just a straight up like. I have a self protection, which reduces it, and then attacks with the same number, which is D4. It's a D4, and then I have another one which is reduce the damage by a D6, and then anything left over hits something else.
Are either of those green?
One's green, one's yellow.
Huh.
I think the roll of the D4 and attack with that D4 is green.
Okay.
That's the right through me power. Yeah, that's green.
Yeah, well, sorry, NG. Like I said, the 1 damage can't actually damage a lieutenant.
Alrighty.
That bounces back anyways. And the third one is going to try and improve the webbing on scary looking monster demon, Ethan.
Okay.
It does not improve it. It remains a -1 persistent exclusive. Fairies have gone, and all that's left is moss.
Yep. Alright, well, we're still in green.
Point of note, after Moss's turn, Tracker will go, and it will be in yellow. So start thinking about what yellow abilities you want to use if you haven't already.
Well, I am going to. I think I'm going to take a minor twist to use a yellow power early, because that keeps the status die at a D10 rather than bumping down to a D8. So, a little bit of a possibility. Dr. Moss kind of reaches around to his little medical fanny pack that he keeps on hand, rifles through, pulls out a little. It looks like a stim patch, but it seems to kind of. It looks like it's got electric components going on in there, and he slaps a little nanobot patch on himself, and it actually you can see a bit of electricity also arc off of it down into him as he kind of tenses up. And I am going to boost using gadgets. The bonus will be persistent and exclusive, and then the energy is going to get redirected, and he's going to attack with the Min die.
Okay, so before you roll anything, let's talk about what your twist is going to be. You got any suggestions for it?
Well, considering that it's kind of going in and he can actually use the bonus on the attack, I'm thinking take damage from Min die as well.
Well, the losing health is actually equal to the mid die for a minor twist. So
God, that feels excessive for minor twist. I guess it just Mel never really used that.
he does. I invoke that a lot with machine.
Well.
Major twist health loss is max plus min die.
Gotcha. All right,
So
I'll go with mid
the
die.
health loss twists are pretty rough.
Well, I mean, I could. Well, I'm trying to. It'd be funny to boost myself just to take a another debuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. There's also a possibility of losing access to a green ability or anything from your principles that might apply. And
For
if
the
you
rest of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, that doesn't feel minor, but.
Oh, you should see what happens with the major twist. At that point, it's not green abilities anymore.
Yeah, twists aren't intended to be trivial. They can be.
I guess the language of minor fools
Yes.
me.
I'm moving your page, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say.
What weird curse is now following you around? A temporary injury did you just suffer? You've already pretty much built in damage as twists.
Well, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. So yeah, don't take mid die.
Okay.
So gadgets and technology, and still with the green die.
Go ahead and roll it. Wolf, that's a rough mid die there.
Yep. So, well, I boost with it as well. So 7 is a plus 1 or 2.
7 is a plus 2.
Okay. All right, and then it's going to attack with the mid die, but I'm going to apply that plus 2 to the attack.
You also get my +1, don't forget.
Okay.
Okay.
So total of 7. And
are you attacking the D4 or are you going for one of the D8s?
What I was gonna say, if you're boosting, you might want to get rid of that penalty of yours.
Well, it's persistent and exclusive.
That doesn't matter. You can kill one of those with a regular, basically, boost.
He could, but he managed a +2 out of this, and my understanding of negating bonuses and penalties is that it doesn't carry over.
It doesn't carry over,
Yeah.
but yeah, you don't make change, but you can get rid of it.
Right, but then it would only be a 4 on the attack. I'm okay with having the -1. Once we're into yellow, I can continue to boost. So, no, I'm gonna burn the 7, and yeah, I'm gonna take out the D4.
Okay. The fairy webbed penalty was applying to the damage on that, but it doesn't matter because the D4 can't possibly roll a 6. There's now only 5 fairies.
Even if you had applied the mental cramps, that still would have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that is -7. Jesus.
-7
Points.
Oh yes, for damage. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Round
Drops me into yellow.
starts over. Who's going next?
Let me go.
Yeah.
Before you decide, I also as John is peering through the veil and looking at everything that's going on, he's seeing kind of tendrils from the fairies. They seep off of them and go somewhere else. He's also seen a little bit of an aura around some of the con attendees. It looks like glitter. And as we move into yellow, these auras and trails are stronger, more visible.
Well, as he, boosts himself and slaps the energy back out and destroys one of the little fairies, John kind of shouts, "I think they're pulling energy from their people around here. I can see magical shit coming off of people. Can you?" As he kind of looks over at Vextress. She's still flying around, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Who goes
It's
next?
her turn.
You're taking
Yeah,
Vextress next? Okay.
She just goes, "Do I look like a wizard to you?"
They're flying. You got a wand. Usually says magic to me.
He also wear horns.
You're not refuting the point.
Also, this is a pitchfork. But since we're in yellow, she is going to use do it. She's going to boost, and then that bonus will apply to all attack and overcome actions until my next turn.
Do it. Do it.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
Okay.
And in that case, it's going to be cosmic and magical lore.
Now, how is she actually creating this boost? What's going on there?
Well, in all fairness, she's just shooting magical energies everywhere. It's
Okay.
bucky rainbows that basically distract the fairy. She has made herself of a nuisance, and she's making herself even more of a nuisance. It's basically the fairies in danger of either they leave themselves open, or they get swooshed by her.
All right. I need to look at your ability. What ability are you using there? Do it. Okay. Boost. And applies bonuses. Okay, gotcha.
Basically creating vulnerabilities.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Is that +1 from Ethan still there?
I
Yep.
believe it is, yes.
Okay.
So the start of my next turn.
But that's only on attacks and overcomes.
Ah, that's right. That
Yeah,
one
it's
wasn't an
attack.
attack. My own +1 at least applies, so there's that. That makes it a 9.
Oh, two naturals, nice.
Okay. I don't like that because I can't control the volume.
Shouldn't you have rolled with a green though? Or sorry, with a yellow status die?
That would have just made it a D8. So that is still possible. I mean, I can roll it as a D8. It's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
I mean, you rolled a 2.
I mean, if I roll a 10, well, that would be impressive on a D8, but I could
Yeah, I
roll
was
it
gonna
as
say.
an 8.
And a D8,
You
yeah.
could you could
So-
roll another 8, but yeah, that would
Yeah, it
would
will
that
not change the
that
result.
wouldn't affect anything, would it?
It would, yeah. But no, you don't have to reroll it.
But
Oh.
yeah, a 9.
There we go.
9 for a boost.
We finally have music
Yes.
of a sort.
Sort. I was looking at the wrong. It hadn't caught up with the dice yet. So yeah, no, the is rolling the green would not have or the yellow would not have changed anything.
Nope.
And how do you get to a 9 with a boost?
Mid die is 8.
Oh,
die.
your own
Mid
mildly
die is 8.
inspired. Gotcha. That a 9 is a +3. So write that up there with Ethan's. And who goes next?
In that case, might as well. Anyone who specifically wants to go?
No, just leave me for last, really.
Alright, well, let Matt have a go, I guess.
It's funny that I was complaining about taking a mid die as damage for a minor twist when one of my powers literally does that.
Oh, is it the one that
Granted-
also heals someone else for your max die?
No, actually, it's an attack with max and mid, or max and min, and then I just take damage equal to the mid.
Ah.
It's just a big boost, a blast. But yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see here.
The fairies, as you guys are going about this, don't seem to be too terribly bothered by you guys. The 5 that are remaining are laughing at the one that's now just a splatter of wings and blood. It doesn't even seem to have bones anymore.
Gotcha. So they're not really friends. Yeah, this feels fucky to John here. And this doesn't really feel like it's getting us anywhere. Does anybody have any really good bonuses? No.
Everyone has really good bonuses right now.
What have we have +3?
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
There's a total of +4 to attacks and overcomes.
Okay, then I won't use purification. I'll wait on that. I have a one-off that I can remove all bonuses and penalties.
Gotcha.
Oh, the elemental one.
And yeah,
Purify. Yeah.
and yes,
Mhm.
perfect NG.
They're just happy watching. All right. Yeah, I think I need to figure out what the hell is going on. I want to run over to one of the people that seems to have a tendril of magic coming off of them towards these things. And can I use deduction, magical lore, and then principle of magic overcome to see if I can disconnect whatever this magical tendril is coming off of this person?
Perhaps, but I perhaps need to clarify something that I didn't express as well. There's no tendril of magic coming off the attendees. The attendees have an aura. There's a tendril of magic coming off of the fairies, which is just rising towards the ceiling.
Okay, so but it's not all attendees. Is it just some of them?
It's just some of them.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's much louder. I mean, I had a headset on. I could hear it no matter what.
No, still barely background.
Well, it's not much going on.
Yeah, and I actually need it fairly backgrounded because of my hearing loss.
Well, I mean, just looking at the aura, just from a quick glance, does it seem malign or just generically magic?
It's more generically magic, from a quick glance.
Right.
The tendrils, well, the demons, fairies, are more malign, more obviously malign.
Yeah. But it's just random people in the crowd just have a magical aura on them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do they...
I don't mind if you guys talk out of character, or even talk in character if...
Well, does it feel like those are related to the fairies, or is that just... am I just seeing people that just happen to have magic that are in the crowd?
It's glittery, and you didn't see it before, but then again, you also didn't see it for the last few rounds.
Right. Okay.
This is something that's been strengthening.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I can. Well, you know what? Let's just see if he can dispel it off of one of these people. So yeah, he goes up to one of the people that he sees this magical aura around, and he's going to try to concentrate on the energies around them and sort of try to reach into it and see if he can dismiss whatever this aura is to see if it weakens these things in any way.
Okay. And what powers and qualities does he have that do that?
Well, will you allow deduction in magical lore, or would that be more awareness?
He needs something. He's trying to actively dispel it, so he needs something that's more active.
Well, I mean, I figure that's what the overcome is from the principle of magic. Well, I do also
actually,
have
yes. If you're pulling principle of magic into it, then
yeah, it's definitely just an overcome. Yeah. I could also offer transmutation.
I'm fine with deduction or transmutation, whichever you prefer.
I'll go with deduction. They're both D8, so.
Okay.
All right, and we're in yellow, so let's see if I have a max die gets me anything. +1 to overcome, so that's
+4 to overcomes.
Nice. Oh, gotcha.
Nyx is really small because he hates people.
Apparently, that's also red, which is a bad text color on light.
Thank you, Nick.
That is still poor contrast choices.
It's
Up
easier
to
to see
me.
though.
So yeah, that'll be a total of 12.
That is
for the overcome.
Succeed beyond expectations. And John may think perhaps it's good that he went in with a more investigative approach than what was the other one we were looking at?
transmutation.
Oh, then just trying to
sort of
transmute it.
redirect the energies.
He is able to see that parts of this aura are actually in part of the trails coming off the demons. It's not going from the aura to the demons. It's more like there is visual information that is being relayed by the demons from what they're seeing in the auras. So there's something happening to the people here, and the demons are observing it, and that information is going somewhere. Now, with his beyond expectations, would you prefer to destroy this aura off of multiple people, or would you prefer to get more information about where it's going? You're already going to be able to destroy one.
Right. I think for now he'd prefer to destroy it off of multiple people.
Okay.
It's a visible thing going on in front of him right now. He wants to investigate, but for now he thinks that it might be more useful just to clear the room as much as he can.
Okay. His magical prowess spreads out from the attendee that he's investigating, and the attendee that he's investigating, as well as two other people that are fairly nearby in this poof of magic, both kind of blink, or all three kind of blink and look around. What? Huh. What's going on? There was no indication that they were under any kind of influence until now. They looked like they were acting normally. Who do you want to pass it to?
I'm gonna give it to Lexi Bell. Or Flexibel.
Go.
Okay.
Lexi Bell. I think that's a...
It is.
There we go. That's a lot more appropriate.
Someone's hot for grandma.
She doesn't look like Grandma right now.
Among the fairies that have been ignoring you and just looking at the attendees, there's now chatter, and they're paying a lot more attention to John.
Good.
One of them is hissing at him. What does Flexible do?
When he gets the hiss, he flips at the bird.
Okay. Let's see. There's a lot of bonuses out there. I'm gonna actually no. I'm gonna use a long arm of the law again. I want to seal the deal on this.
Okay. Oh.
All right, so that's going to be an 11 total.
And what are we seeing happen from Flexibel as she swats one of these? Unfortunately, they're still lieutenants, so it just brings it down to a D6.
You have to double it to like actually
Holy
kill one,
crap!
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, lieutenants are hard to kill. That's why Clang is able to knock them out, but that's with a lot of extra work.
Start stacking bonuses until you can kill one, but like...
Yeah, we're not... No, well, I'm not built for that.
Yeah, me neither.
So, what do we see happen from Flexibel?
How badly is it hurt?
You can narrate it however you want. These are fantastic demon creatures that will continue to function. At least this one will continue to function at D6, no matter how badly you describe it.
I just was looking for some kind of idea
Okay.
of.
I mean, I've gone with crushing its legs. Flexibel could have squeezed it so hard that, or smashed it so hard that its lower half is now just it's fallen off and is just like a trailing tendril of spine.
Gross. But yeah, what I was thinking there is probably she was chasing it with the one hand, and it tries to swoop away from it and runs right into the other hand. Also swooped like a fly swatter and gets sandwiched between the two of them.
Oof.
And I thought I should have thought about this earlier, but I don't mind, since these are all pre-existing heroes, if you guys have a back issue or back collection that you can call upon. Do you guys want
Alright.
that?
Oh yes.
Okay. The reason that that becomes particularly prominent at this point is with all those bonuses, you could kill one of these outright if you use that collection to change that 7 to a 12.
Sure, I will do that.
Okay. Now, I'm not trying to push you towards that. Just
No, that makes sense because I mean that's pretty much the only way.
it is just a coincidence of the numbers and the powers that you use that I noticed you could totally kill one of these with exactly those bonuses.
Yeah, didn't think we would already have a collection, but I'll take it.
Yeah. You
Oh,
guys
and I
are-
guess there's been enough overcomes. I guess we should all have 5, right?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Nope.
Well, not principal overcomes.
Right.
Well, the one I did was just now was one, so I guess that just
Okay.
puts it 4 then.
But in exchange for that collection, let's hear a quick flashback about what Flexibel's adventures were. What past adventure has she had that is relevant to smashing this demon into infernal pulp?
Okay.
fair enough. Go ahead.
So, yeah, that this actually harkens back to when she fought the Nazi, the superpowered Nazi Condor, and his Bird Legion,
Nice.
and he. It was a similar situation. She didn't use fly swats at the time, but she later thought back on it and decided, oh yeah, that would have worked. So she's putting that into practice now.
Actually, what I was gonna say is she doesn't have collections. She just has tons of back issues.
Yeah. She has a collection and probably has no back issues. I mean, when you can be as flexible as you want and still have all the support you need. No issues.
Bwap, bwap.
It took me a second, but I got where Nick was going with it. Alright. That does destroy that fairy, and now you're getting more of their attention again. Instead of just looking over at John and casting annoyed glances at him, the whole lot of them are casting annoyed glances at all of you. Whose turn is it next?
Let's see here. Let's go with. Wait, I'm confused on the order.
People that are above
Um,
the line have already gone.
Oh,
He's doing it the reverse of Mel.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
am I doing it the reverse of Mel? Oops.
Mhm.
What threw me for a bit.
okay.
Fixed. Sorry about that.
Okay. Let's let Mossy have another turn.
All right. We're still in yellow, right? Yeah.
And yes, you're still in yellow.
All right. Well, dispelling that didn't seem to weaken them any, did it?
It didn't weaken them. Certainly
Okay.
got their attention, but it didn't seem to weaken them.
Well, oh wait, Vextrus's +3 is worn off now, hasn't it?
No, she got that. She
Nope.
did that this turn.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. You know what? All right. Well, let's take one for the team. And how many more people still have auras around them?
And you can see 9 more people.
Okay. Yeah. If he tries to dispel it, this is all going to go to shit. Well, let's put this Hippocratic oath in a drawer and ignore it, and let's get some anti-healing going on in here. So he's going to attack with Radiant against one of these, and this is going to be his Max and Min attack and take damage equal to the mid.
Okay. And
let's
what's the radiant component? What's happening here?
He is normally his radiant energies are kind of magical healing. That's his extension of his magical training. Utilizing it in this way, he is trying to leech whatever life force is in these things out of them. That's why it's anti-healing.
All right, roll it.
So radiant and medicine.
Radiant and medicine, that'll work.
We're
Hang
still
on.
in yellow.
I see medicine is the higher quality for you. Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, this is using his medical knowledge. I mean, it's still magic and whatnot, but these things are kind of living creatures.
Yeah,
So.
they do have organic elements to them.
All right. Let's see how bad this hurts, because this is 2 d10s and a d8. Alright. Diff. Well, shitballs. Alright, so Max and Min is the attack. Boosted with a +4. So that is a total of 10 against one of these.
Okay, well it can't save against that, so that does knock it down.
And then he just takes.
It's bitter. It is so bitter. These things taste awful.
Yeah, but he takes 3 damage. Oof.
All right, who's next? Is it Ethan or is it the fairies? I feel like I've disadvantaged myself a little bit by having only one enemy type, because I can't threaten you with, if you put them last, they get a double turn.
Right.
The same. You don't have an environment, so you don't have that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, might as well let the fairies go, because otherwise he gets to pick.
Yeah. Let the
Yes.
fairies take it.
Okay.
Good point.
Well, the fairies have a very vocal, chattery conference amongst themselves. It doesn't actually sound like they're saying anything, or that they're using any actual language, but they seem to understand what they're saying.
Right. Oh, and when he leached the life force out of one of them, he flipped it off too. He is trying to piss these things off.
And
Just
it
saying.
seems to
Delta
have
beat.
worked.
Beaten.
Two of them continue scrambling around the crowd. Now they are actively popping, not just flying, they're popping through the air with little black curling shadows trailing behind them where they pop out of existence and poofing up around them where they pop in. They are now targeting only the people with the auras, and looks like they're just they're still not interacting directly, but they're getting closer looks. The other two both focus on Mossy. One of them is cannonballing towards him. In fact, it has taken a kind of a comical approach. It's holding on to the downwards bar of a light fixture, and with its arms and pushing against it with its legs, and slingshots itself through the bar, just popping into and out of existence past it at Moss.
Is it one of the D8 ones or one of the D6 one?
This is the D6.
Okay. All right.
And it rolled a 6.
Whew.
There we go. Reactive field. As the thing comes barreling towards him, Mossy holds up his arms and takes it to take the damage and bursts out in a blast of his radiant energy again. When he is attacked by a nearby enemy, the attacker also takes an equal amount of damage.
Oof. Okay. So he still takes damage,
Uh-huh.
but now
He
it has to
takes
roll
6.
a save against 6.
Yep.
I don't suppose you're in yellow or red.
I am in yellow.
You're in yellow?
Yeah, well, we're all in yellow.
In
Oh,
that
well,
case-
I'm
No,
also
no.
in yellow for energy, yes.
Okay. Because in that case, I can use Zepialidocious. When he would take damage, I can defend him by rolling one of my die.
I guess it says when you are attacked by a nearby enemy, the attacker also takes an equal amount of damage. So if you reduce the damage on me, does that reduce the damage it takes?
Nah. I'll allow it.
In that case, I roll my transmutation guy.
Okay.
Die, that guy.
Go ahead and
So
roll it.
reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually why he's been trying to piss these things off.
There you go. One.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 9 hit points.
And it did not succeed, so it is destroyed. How does this field destroy that?
I mean, he's still channeling radiant healing energies, so he just, well, no, because that doesn't work visually because it would be more like it just splatting against it. But no, he takes the damage. No, he takes the attack of the thing, and as it bangs up against him, he throws out this burst of radiant energy, and it throws the thing backwards and just against a wall, the opposite wall.
Okay. All right. The other one is trying to web him better. And
It does.
It does. That is a -2 fairy webbed. He is now
On whom?
fairly webbed.
Oop, I did not.
On who?
That's
Mossy.
on Moss, yes. And then that puts it at Ethan's turn.
Yeah, Ethan just kind of watches them in the air and then crouches, jumps a good 20 feet into the air, and then at a parabolic arc to intercept a fairy flying up there and gives it a good fucking punch.
Okay.
I'm just going to use my green power attack, which is Crushing Blow, attack using strength, use my max die.
Nice.
So that is D10 strength. I assume that's close combat. We're in the yellow.
Looks like you're getting your mental cramps.
Yep. Well, the other people around are inhibiting this attack in some way. With him leaping up and trying to smash something, is Ethan the type that would try not to hurt people?
In this form, sometimes.
Okay.
He starts issues with self-control. Does
Well-
this count as an...
Okay.
Who counts as having inflicted this penalty on me, though?
It's coming from the people
Okay,
because
so-
it's they're with the mental fugue. There's a group that is kind of just gravitating towards the fairy that he's chosen as his target.
Okay.
He's
I guess.
having to be a little bit more careful.
All right. Well, the web and that will cancel each other out then,
Okay.
since I convert the web to a +1.
All right.
Since these fairies are the assholes who web me. And I'm just gonna get that +3 from Vextra still.
Mhm.
Go. 7. +3, so a 10.
Yep, that will defeat another one.
Yeah,
Smash.
he lunges into the air and hits it so hard it flies into the opposite wall, crashes against it with a loud crunching noise. Doesn't quite explode like the last one that just got hit into a wall, but and then he plummets to the ground and lands, smashing a few chairs under his feet.
All right. Who goes next?
Does anyone have the ability to create some awesome buffs?
Not me. I can
Unfortunately,
remove bonuses and buffs and debuffs, but yeah.
I can create a buff, but it's nowhere near as awesome as the ones that GG does or the ones that you all have been tossing out.
I'm gonna throw out Flexibel.
We are in red. The everyone can see the glitter around the attendees now, and John, that you see that some of them are holding the silver tickets that were dropped earlier. There is glitter literally falling off of those silver tickets. So much glitter now that it's more visible to him. So much glitter that the entire floor should be a pile of glitter by now. John's the only one that sees the glitter from the tickets. Everyone else sees the glitter auras, and John's still the only one that sees the trails of something coming off of the fairies.
What do we got? We got 2 of these little things left.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. Did we say who was going next?
Yeah,
Flexibel.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, let me go after because I can
Actually, I think I
Glitter
killed
and
one
attack.
prematurely.
all of them.
Yeah, that last one that was attacked should only have been knocked down to a D6.
The one that Ethan attacked?
Yeah.
It was a D8. What did he do?
It's okay. Many people suffer from premature execution.
Yeah, I don't think he did 16 damage in that attack, right?
No, only 10.
Okay, so there are 3 left, sorry. Can't make this easier on you guys.
On the last turn.
On the last turn. Yeah, why would I do that?
Okay, so there's a D4, a D6, and a 2D8?
No,
Wait, wait, wait,
there's
did
no
it before.
D4s. The numbers
Yeah.
before them are how many are left.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus. Okay, I will attack the D6 with Long Arm of the Law.
Alright. And we're gonna apply the mental cramps to that, although Long Arm of the Law ignores it.
Mike, you have given us a puzzle combat encounter for characters that are not built to solve puzzles.
That may be true.
Okay, so that's an 11 total.
That is an 11 total. Is there anywhere you can pull an extra +1 from?
I don't think so.
Does anybody have anything that turns penalties into bonuses on other people?
Nope.
Nope. I can remove bonuses and penalties. That's it.
I'm sorry, NG.
Yeah, unfortunately, my build is only good if things actually attack me instead of just completely ignoring me when I'm amongst them. That did not help.
Yeah, no, I imagine it didn't. The fairy is reduced to a D4.
I think our biggest problem is we lost rounds from the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that didn't help. Let me remind you guys that you can try to take overcome actions to pause the tracker.
You can?
Hmm.
Yes.
I was gonna say I
and-
did not know that was a thing.
I apologize. That's something that I've done as machine in Mel's game.
Yeah, I've done it too, but it's nowhere stated anywhere in the rules. Yes,
No, it
I'm aware.
is. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was probably pretty deep in there. Yes, you can try to, if you have an inkling of what's causing the scene tracker to progress, you can try to take actions that slow it down or prevent it from moving. Same as enemies can actually try to take actions, try to take an overcome action that advances it. The book is very specific for GMs and says, try not to do this to your players too often because it sucks. So, I wouldn't throw another twist at you that advanced it unless it became a major twist. But yes, if you guys have an inkling of how to slow this tracker, and you've got a little bit of information from John over there, you can make an overcome check, and a success is all you need to prevent it from moving at the next turn.
Wait, we have the information from John?
It's been relayed, I believe.
He hasn't said anything.
Just in case, we'll go ahead and pass it to John.
Okay.
Well, considering I'm about the only magically aurid sensitive here.
Let me interrupt
Yeah.
you, Matt.
Mhm.
I just thought of an example that we actually did. Way early back on, there was a building that was on fire or collapsing of some sort.
think it was collapsing.
GG braced it and kept it from helped to keep it up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I-
I mean, I've stopped the turn tracker multiple times with Lucy.
I didn't realize that actually stopped the turn tracker, though.
I don't hold that against you. That was like your first game with us. But yeah, it's just one of those additional little, I guess, hidden little things that can be done.
Well,
I guess I never
Well,
noticed it happening on anybody else's turn.
well, the reason is normally the way Mel did it was that was the environment. Basically, the turn tracker events is on the environment, so you have the environment there as
Mhm.
a thing, and then you apply the
Ah,
overcome action towards it. That's
Well-
partially what threw me off here, because
That's not
We don't have
explicit. When you're preventing the turn tracker from moving, you're just, or the scene tracker, you're just doing something that prevents the scene tracker from moving. The reason that there's no environment here, and the scene tracker and the environment are actually two separate things.
It even says that they're two separate things. They do act at the same time, though.
Yes.
yes, that threw me off because that's how Mel's been doing it.
Mhm.
That was the gist of it.
And I also think it would be helpful if Mel gave us a visual representation of the scene tracker. So
Right,
that-
but he's never not had an environment tracker, so he's just left it both in, yeah.
I think he has once or twice.
Nah, he's always been tracking it on the environment with the
Oh,
Yeah, with the- with
oh.
the
color
wonder,
coded
yeah.
circles.
He's had
Circles.
an environment that doesn't do anything, but he's always had
Yes.
the pog there. You're right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't
And
like
yeah,
clicking the
it-
pog to see what the scene is.
That, and he has always kept us guessing on how many
yeah.
there are on there. That's
he
the other
hasn't
thing. He's
been
not
particularly
disclosing that to us.
explicit about it, yeah.
Yeah. I like having the scene tracker visible. I think that's technically what you're supposed to do. Because yeah, if you're playing with friends, it has you put the scene tracker on an index card and track it where everyone can see it.
You're also using a non-standard scene tracker.
There is no standard scene tracker.
They've got a couple of examples.
They have examples, but they don't actually specify that there's any standard.
Nope.
The scene tracker
they just say
represents the whatever's going on. It represents the escalation of that thing, and this was one of those things that escalates a lot near the end.
Yeah, I found the spot where it talks about villains using overcomes to make it more dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, then, if he can feel by looking at what's going on, he can feel that this is coming to a head, and he feels like he needs to try and do something to try and cut these things off from what's going on, and he's going to try to extend out he's just going to try and extend out his radiant energy to fill as much of the room as possible and see if he can use that to cut these things off from whatever is sourcing their power, and even try to obfuscate what they're getting from the auras that are showing up on some of these people.
Okay. Go ahead and choose your powers and qualities and roll.
We'll stick with magical lore. This is all still. But roll with red status die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, that's a d6. Still have +3, or did that end on Vextrus's?
Vextrus hasn't gone this turn. You still have a
Oh right,
+3.
yeah. You switching back to Mel's thing has now screwed with my. Who's next?
Who's on
Stick with the
third?
girl that brought you. Yeah, what's on? I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's on third.
hmm There's a version of that with band names.
Oh God.
Hmm.
All right.
The Who?
Roll.
Who's?
Roll.
Who?
Roll.
Yeah. Yes. So with a +3 to my max. So that is an overcome of 8. Jesus. My highest was on a d6.
Yep. But an 8 is a success. Mossy isn't able to cut these things off from whatever magical source is powering them. that there's a stronger magic behind them, and he can feel that. There's something powerful backing them, but the infusion of radiant energy throughout this room is clearly wreaking havoc on whatever they've been trying to observe. The fairy that was getting right up in the face of one of these ticket holders is now floating sporadically around it, trying to find whatever it was searching for. You have paused the scene tracker for one turn.
All right. He kind of shouts out that there's something with those damn tickets these things were giving out.
Oh, you've got Fairy Web too.
Yeah. Would that have applied to a
No.
magic overcome?
No, I suppose not.
Yeah, that leaving that as persistent is kind of messed up.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, you just kind of there's something about those damn silver tickets that stupid things are giving out. They're pulling magical power from somewhere. I can't block it off. And I will hand it over to Vextress.
Might want to let Brian go first.
True, yeah. Right, +3.
Yep.
All right,
Brian,
Ethan.
Ferris, and then me.
I guess it's gonna be more smashies. Let's see. Can I do anything red?
If you could bring those D8s down a little.
I can give more boosts, kind of, but I have to take a
what
basic
that?
action, and then you guys have to take the same basic action.
Yeah. No, basic action does not work.
Yeah. It's mostly for me to buff people who aren't super strong. I don't actually have anything really good in attack-wise in my yellow and red set. Does anyone?
My green power gets really good.
Healing.
I have 9 hit points.
Do you want to be healed?
I mean, we've got like a turn before this all goes to shit, so I have no idea if that's even going to matter.
Right.
Although it... No, don't worry about me. See if you can help the situation out.
I'm just going to go ahead and pulp that D4 then.
Or can you maybe hit one of the D8s instead?
Okay, sure. I'll whack a D8. Try to knock him down.
Okay. And what is Ethan doing? Or actually, I guess it's Soul Judge at this point. What is Soul Judge doing to try and whack one of these D8s?
He's basically, I mean, Soul Judge is just lunging back and forth through the air, just swiping his fists and fucking leaving trails of green flame as he's punching things. Boing, boing, smash. Boing.
It's like watching the Incredible Hulk try to swat a fly.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, I'm getting flashbacks to Champions Online with the giant supervillain guy in the desert area. Just kind of hovering through the air with his arm out.
Yeah. Not Gronk.
Yeah, I think it was Gronk.
Grond.
Grond, yes.
Yeah.
Like the battering ram from Lord of the Rings.
Nice. Alright. What powers qualities are you using?
Or I could try to also do the same boost that Vextress did.
If you could do that, that would be nice.
But then, because Vextress is gonna go now, and we'll.
Yes, but I have a multi-attack that kind of relies on a couple of tricks. So the more boosts I have, the more damage I could actually put into that.
Right. Okay, I'll do that then. I'll do that instead. I'll use Infernal Pressure to boost using Imposing. apply that bonus to all hero attack and overcome actions till the start of my next turn. I guess I'll probably just use suggestions like last time
Okay.
to implant it in people's heads. And we need to crush these things. Do it faster. 5. Just a mid die.
5 is still a +2.
All right, everyone gets +2.
I just said, aren't you webbed?
I don't think web will.
Yeah,
affect
I'm
that.
not applying the penalty on that.
Okay. How much was it?
+2.
All right.
Alright, all that are left are fairies and Vextress.
Let the fairies go.
Fairies.
Alright. Well, with whatever they were looking at gone for a minute, the fairies turn all of their attention to you guys.
Oh no.
They didn't like attacking John, so they're gonna attack the rest of you.
He's still flipping them off. Come on.
Come at me, bruh.
I was gonna say, I've been swatting at them. Those little bitches.
Yeah, we're
Down here,
gonna.
you little shits.
Well, the first one is a D4. We're gonna put that on Vextress for a whopping 4 damage.
Well, whopping 4 damage, you said. In that case, jokes. Well, jokes on it.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna use her reaction. She's gonna roll absorption to defend against that, and then she is going to use that D4 against the D8. Oh wait, wait, that's my own roll. Hold on.
Other than the
gonna
source of that
play her own-
damage. Okay.
Yes. Yep, and she's gonna apply her own +1 to that. So that's an 8. So she takes no damage. And then she shoots one of the D8s with it.
All right. Well, it does not succeed. Now there's one of each. Well, one of those D6s, or the D6 then, the D6, is targeting Flexibel. It is swooping over and got its both little arms extended, and has twin daggers in its hands. You've got Tinkerbell flying at you. She's not, opening her mouth or anything, so it just looks like Tinkerbell flying at you with daggers. For 4 damage.
All right, that 4 damage gets reduced to 3 or to 1.
To 1.
All right. Actually, I'd like to react to that. Wait, are you in yellow or red?
Hit point wise,
Yes.
that would bring me down to a yellow.
Okay. Nah, I don't think that works because you would have to be in yellow or red for me to do that. Oh well, I tried.
I was gonna say that
What were
sounds
you
a lot
trying
like
to
some
do?
of Lucy stuff.
Zappy Alidocious again. When another hero in the yellow or red zone would take damage, I can defend them. Because
Yeah.
I have unlimited reactions.
Yes, I saw that.
I mean, technically, aren't we in yellow and red zone? Aren't we in red zone right now?
It's
The scene tracker is, but health is.
Ah,
Yeah.
What about the last one?
I don't actually know if that's how that works, though, Nick. It doesn't say,
that their
Another
health has to
hero-
be in the zone.
yeah. I think it would
What-
apply.
Well, it says when a hero in the yellow zone.
In the yellow or red zone would take damage.
And we're all in the red zone right now.
Yeah, I'll leave it how you've interpreted it for now, and inquire.
I mean,
with,
I can only go by what we've playing it so
Right, yeah.
far.
Yeah,
We've set the precedent for it that way, but you're right, that is can be interpreted differently depending on the wording, yeah.
It would be incredibly powerful with the unlimited reactions stuff,
Yeah.
though.
I would say that there's a good chance that you're going to be able to use that anyway here in a moment, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that moment is when the third fairy, the one that is still a D8, I think it's going for Ethan.
Okay.
Bouncing all over the place. There is a fairy that's just waiting as the soul judge leaps towards it or towards one of the others. It swoops under and comes around, stab him in the back with 5.
All right, 5 damage. I'm still in the green.
Oh.
Actually, I'm going to use my reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Ring the Bell. I am taking that hit for him.
Okay. What does Flexibel do to grab the fairy's attention as it is clearly slavering over Ethan?
How is it attacking?
Well,
Backstabby.
it was just waiting. It was hovering in air, and it was waiting for Ethan to fly past it, and it was going to fly underneath him and come around behind as he's in midair.
But was it biting, attacking with daggers? What was it doing?
It's attacking with daggers.
Okay, so as it swoops in behind him to stab with the daggers, Flexibel interposes her own body, stretching it almost like a banner around and taking the dagger hit.
So, Granny Banner? It's funny to me,
What?
okay? A Granny Banner?
I don't get it.
I don't know. I think the combination of words is funny.
Nobody gets it.
But that'll I'll take 2. I am incidentally right now in the yellow before taking that hit.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mike, you might be onto something. It is in the rules.
Oh, so it's not
They
personal
built in
zone.
there.
Yikes.
Tech can be both, but if scenes instead of it's basically what's closer to out. So, yeah, that totally would have worked.
Would you like to use it now?
That doesn't really help me. And yeah, no, actually, yeah, I can. Sure. I mean, did you take damage?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just took 2.
The attack got
Sure.
redirected to somebody that is in the yellow, and it's also a red zone.
Well, in that case, I'll defend you with a 9.
And you take 1 damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was, and that's reinforced by one of Gator's abilities that says your personal zone. And Mel has been doing that as Gator's own hit points change.
Yeah.
So what happens?
You take no damage. Vextrus is doing something to defend Flexibel after Flexibel defends Soul Judge.
He basically
Get
swoops
down,
in.
Mr. President!
I mean, that thing had daggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's just walking there in midair and just kind of fencing with against the daggers with the extended wand, just poking and prodding and doing the
Nice.
lunge.
Nice. That turns it over to Vextrus. Bonus goes away.
Well, that bonus goes away.
I was gonna say you can leave it up there if you're planning on recreating
No.
it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, from her fencing stance, she racks the wand like a shotgun, and there's a shotgun sound. It's gonna point it at the things and just kind of makes a pew sound before some magic beams shell out, and she's gonna use trick shot, which is hinder any number of targets in the scene using cosmic, and then I use my max and min dice for that, and if I roll doubles,
Mm-hmm.
each attack also attacks each target using the mid die.
Okay. And what powers and qualities is she using?
She's gonna use cosmic and magical lore.
Roll it.
Rid of that. And she's gonna apply all the bonuses.
Oh, no doubles.
Hold on. She's going to invoke her collection
I knew
to
you were doing
change
that.
the roll.
Mm-hmm. Now, which of the dice is she changing?
Well, she can only change a d8 or d8 to an 8. So
I mean, she could change a
she is
D10
going
to a
to.
7.
I mean, she could, but then you don't have the doubles. So what she is gonna do. Hold on. Maybe determine it after max min. Then with the mid die. So she is changing. Yeah, the 6 to an 8.
Okay.
The cosmic d8 to an 8. That makes it the doubles. She is applying the bonuses all to the mid die.
All right.
So you have an 8 for hinder on whatever, how many there are still left of them.
And I'm going to need a little more description of how this is hindering. It is a minus
Yes.
3 hinder.
Yes, I was gonna say I'll tell you in a second after the math is straightened out, because some of them might be dead.
Is there damage?
There
There
is
is,
tons of damage. Well, not tons of damage, but plenty. And the damage would be today. Yeah, 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So at least one of them is dead,
Yes.
right?
So how does that hinder look? What's causing that?
Was the D4 the one with the knives, or was it the D6?
They've all had knives. They've been biting occasionally, but they after one of them pulled out the twin knives, the rest of them thought, "Hey, that looks kind of cool," and all also had knives.
Okay. No, well, once she wrecked the shotgun, she's just gonna shoot them with cosmic energy. It's basically a shotgun blast from her little pitchfork.
Okay.
From each of the 3 prongs of it. 1 beam each. You
Okay.
get the weird sound effect of this.
So what part of this is hindering them?
The shotgun blast to the face.
So just a pain hinder?
Yeah. Well, in impact, it basically throws them off course, knocks them down, disorients them. I mean, it's not persistent or anything. It's just pure impact, shock, pain, damage.
Off balance.
Or maybe we can call it mutilated. I mean, a shotgun blast.
I'm
But
okay
it's
with
not
off balance.
persistent, so it's just they're flying and they get hit by something super nasty.
And there's actually no reason to roll for any of them. So there's now 1d4 and 1d6.
You could also just say they're flashbanged or equivalent thereof.
That would have worked too.
Or one blasted. Either works.
Alright. And who's going next? Or first?
Anyone who wants to? No, I can't do that.
The scene tracker does not move, but the radiant clouding that that Mossy was able to put up is no longer, as Matt put it, obfuscating any of the magical energies.
All right. So is the turn tracker trap for the scene, or is it basically a participant, as in it will go at some point this turn?
It will go once this turn is over.
Okay.
I can try and pause it again. I don't really
Well,
have any multi
Well,
attacks.
the reason I was asking was I was not, because if I pass it, let's say to the fairies, and he goes, "Oh yeah, the turn tracker was next." We're fucked.
Oh, no, it goes at the end of the turn.
All right. In that case, well, let's give it to Flexibel.
All right. So where?
There are 2 fairies left. D4 and
One
D6.
D4 and one D6.
Mm-hmm.
I will go after the D6.
They're both brandishing their little daggers and frantically chittering at each other. And you're going
Hinders
after-
don't affect saves against damage, do they?
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Should be
Okay.
able to-
I am going to once again use Long Arm of the Law.
Okay. You're getting
You
a
kept
lot of
saying
a lot of mileage out of that.
Yeah, that's why I put up that comic cover, because I was like, yeah, that made me think of that.
Okay, so that's going to be 9.
Not bad.
Not bad indeed. I feel like Hinder should also do something with the double damage rule.
Yeah.
What's
and
the double
that's-
damage rule?
That's
It just kills him outright. Yeah.
yeah. The double damage rule is if you can do twice the damage of their die size on lieutenants, then there's no
You
save.
insta give them.
You
Yeah.
insta-
Gotcha.
yeah.
Feels intuitive for the hinder to reduce the
Yeah.
what you would need to meet to do the double damage threshold.
I'm not gonna do that. Sorry for
Yeah, no.
teasing you.
Well, it's not in the rules, but you're right. It feels intuitive.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 1d4 fairies left. They're both screaming at you now. Who goes next?
I don't have any multi attacks stuff, so
I mean, if they're just a pair of D4s, we could just hit each one once and probably just kill them and call it a day.
Yep.
potentially, yeah.
No potentially about it.
Well, I mean, as long as we roll enough damage.
No, the D4s.
And one of them
Yeah.
still has a -3.
Well, I'll go ahead and give it to Vextrus.
All right. All right.
Yeah, you guys are sitting on +2s for me at the very least, so
Oh yeah.
we should be able to kill each of them with just one turn apiece.
Should, but I mean,
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. In that case, yeah, she's going to use swoop and boop,
All right.
and just boop the one she was fencing with.
Yeah. And I think I've been forgetting about the fairy web on you when you've been making physical attacks, but I'm not forgetting it this time. You've got the fairy web penalty and the mental cramps. As
I don't.
you don't?
I don't.
No, Vextrus hasn't had the fairy web.
Oh, that's right. That's why
you
I keep forgetting
Or
about it because you
mental
don't
cramps.
have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you've never reapplied it.
I don't think they ever tried to put one on her.
Nope. They
Uh,
tried, but then we determined she
Oh,
wasn't
that's
in the
right. She
room.
was out of the room when they did it first, and
Mhm.
you've just never tried to do it again to her.
So, mental cramps, however, one of the fairies is using the disorientation of the crowd to try and evade Vextrus.
The mental crimes are not on me either.
No, it's just it's a scene thing. It wasn't
Yeah.
on anyone.
That was persistent from the
Oh.
blackness stuff. Yeah. But that gets bypassed by your mildly inspired that you still have.
It offsets it, yes.
Okay. Alright.
So you just get a +2.
So are you attacking the one that has already used the -3 off balance penalty, or the one that still has it?
I don't think it's gonna matter, but I'm gonna use it on the one that's already used the penalty.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I mean, this uses flight, this uses conviction. She's gonna just fly around him and goes from fencing to, well, pooping. Pooping it on the snoot.
Bad.
And yeah, with the +2, that makes it a 10.
It does not
more
save.
Yeah, I was also gonna say it's more than twice its hit points.
It is. No. Yes, that was a trolling D4.
Yeah, there's a boop, and then there's just a pop, and the
Yep.
thing is just gone.
Pops it like a soap bubble.
Does it actually pop it like a soap bubble?
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of funny. Tinkerbell balloons up and then pops.
Well, technically the devil, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean,
Whereas
they
I'm
actually are
fairly-
called Tinkerbell.
Right. I'm fairly certain that the one I smashed against the wall left a fairly sizable splat.
Yes, it did.
No, and yeah.
I can take. I've got something that can bypass penalties and all kinds of other shit, so I should be able to take one out.
All right. Well, give it to the moldy guy.
All right. Well, the doctor says this might hurt a bit, and I'm going to. Yeah, this is going to be an attack with Interesting that it's an attack with deduction. It's supposed to be part of the training, find weaknesses, all that kind of stuff.
It's a Sherlock Holmes attack.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bless
Gesundheit.
you.
There was a girl I knew a long time ago that when she sneezed, it sounded exactly
focus.
like she was saying a tissue. I know. So deduction, and this is actually kind of a magical gadget attack. He's utilizing some of his nanobots to create a projectile needle that he's trying to puncture this thing with. So technology, and in red, this is using max and mid dice, or max and min. Sorry, not max and mid. Max and min. Ignore all penalties on the attack. Ignores any defend actions and cannot be affected by reactions. All right. And still have the +2, right?
Yep.
Thank fuck.
Max and min, okay.
Yeah.
It got a -2. The last fairy is disposed of.
Yep.
And the
and
attendees that have been watching you clap.
He ignores them as he looks around wildly to see if the magical energies seem to be dispersing at all.
They do not.
That's a real problem.
Well, Vextus at least is polite and takes a bow in the air.
June apparently didn't go very far. She runs back up beside Flexibel. You were great, Gran.
John kind of shouts that he doesn't think it's over yet, and
Oh, that's actually what Flexible was about to say.
All right,
Yeah,
we won,
so-
guys. Good job. Let's go
Yeah.
get some tacos.
Yeah, she says. This is a convention. There's no tacos there.
well, there's $20 tacos, maybe.
Oh yeah, but yeah. She says, "Thanks, Junebug, but I don't think that this is over yet. These people are still in trouble."
So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, can I have run over to one of the people that still has the magical aura around him just to look and see if I can watch what's going on with it? And now that the last one of those things is popped.
Well,
Do I don't still see any tendrils, do I?
what I say next is going to be a mechanical clue, not clue, giveaway to you guys. But we're out of combat. We're out of turn order.
Okay.
The mechanical giveaway on that is that means that the scene tracker can't move anymore.
Cool.
However, what happens next, as Flexibel is saying that she didn't think this is over yet, and John's having the same thoughts, the guy that's practically glowing as far as John can see, well, he's got this glittery glow, glittery
Right.
aura, turns to another convention attendee and tells him, "Give me all your money." And you actually see this pervading through the hall that you're in. All of the people that John identified as having the glittering aura, an aura which is now fading, are starting to mug the other attendees.
Oh no. Okay, well,
Well, he grabs for the one that he's standing in front of that just tried, to mug somebody right in front of him.
He looks at him. He looks at you and says, "Give me your money, and your credit cards. Cash only, and cards." What are the rest of you doing?
Soul Judge is gonna start flinging fucking hellfire around and yell, "You commit a crime in front of me, and you are judged, and you will be incinerated in the flames of hell."
Wow.
Trying to intimidate everyone who's trying to mug other people into
What did the
not doing
rest of
so.
her-
Let's get an overcome roll on that.
All right. I'm gonna use infernal plus imposing.
I'm sorry, I got really distracted by energies.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Beat the shit out of Master Chief.
Hey, Mario and Luigi don't fuck around.
I wonder if
They
there's some context behind that we're just not getting. The girl is pretty.
It's Peach.
Probably a vine.
Probably fine. What status are we in right now?
I'll say that we're still in red status.
Okay. Infernal vitality. Can I use one of my principles? Let's see. Information I have no real way of knowing. Anything my whispers could help me out here with.
Probably. If you want to use Principle of Whispers.
Whispers.
You might have to redefine how he's going about it. Let me send something to you. I'll type something out real quick, and then you decide if you want to go that route.
Okay. Might use suggestion instead. Okay. I guess since Ethan really doesn't know or wouldn't know that there's magic going on, he gets a little whisper of knowledge. He's gonna change tack and actually use his powers of suggestion instead
Okay.
to inform people that their actions are not normal, they're not in control of themselves, and they're doing wrong things. And if they continue to do it, bad things will happen.
Okay. Put a pause on that roll. Don't roll it yet. What are other heroes doing? We've got John, who's kind of physically trying to restrain someone, if I remember right. Right?
Yeah. Well, he was grabbing for him. The magic is dissipated off of this guy, right?
No. It's the aura
Oh,
is
okay.
fading.
Okay.
It's sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's fading to everyone but John, and I think I did say that earlier. John can still see it.
Okay.
But it's no longer clearly visible to anyone else.
Okay. So the real people sparkles are gone. Now it's just John seeing the sparkles. All right.
Yeah, he's seeing that there's still strong magic.
Gotcha. I want to be both physical and magical with this as John grabs the guy turns and tries to ask him now for all of his money and everything. I want to grab him by both the shoulders and vigorously do the shake him back and forth, snap out of it, man.
Okay.
While redirecting magical energies into it to see if I can snap him out of it physically and magically.
Oh, pop him like a bubble.
Okay. How about Vextress and Flexibel?
She is actually going to redistribute the wealth. She tries to take it from the muggers and return it to other people. Not the people they took it from. Other people.
How is she doing that?
Pickpocketing by jabbing with her magic wand.
Okay.
He takes a wallet and puts it in a bag or whatever he puts it, and then the wallet floats out of there, floats to another person. So Robber B takes from person A, and that wallet goes to person C.
All right. And how about Flexibel? If you're speaking, NG, we can't hear you. And if you can't hear us telling you that we can't hear you.
And a reconnect.
How about now?
Yes.
There we go.
For a moment.
All right. So Flexibel is going to have herself a tea party. By that, I mean going to use the tea party ability. It's you can boost or hinder any number of nearby targets using presence, using the max die. I'm going to make that a hinder to the various muggers. And she does this in a way that she's kind of mocking them.
Okay.
And that, she says, mugging other people would really be more effective if you weren't using plastic weapons. So it's going to be using presence, banter, okay, so that's going to be a max die, so that's a 6.
Okay. That is a -2 penalty to their actions. For John, for Mossy,
I
let's
was gonna say, could I?
yeah, let me look at your powers and qualities. You're gonna be able to roll a power or quality, single die as a boost for Soul Judge.
I couldn't roll an overcome to try and shake that guy out of. Let's see here.
If you
Power.
prefer just shaking one guy out, certainly could allow it.
Well, looking at what Soul Judge is doing, does it seem like he might be more effective if I can?
Well, let me
Amplify what he's
backtrack
doing.
on that. Yes, Mossy is still trying to shake one guy out of it. This
Mhm.
translates mechanically into a boost for what Soul Judge is doing.
Okay, gotcha. I'm cool with that. It feels disingenuous to be like, well, can I use Radiant? Because that's one of my D10s.
Seems fine. If you can
Yeah.
explain how Radiant is shaking one or more people.
Well, he's as he's physically shaking the guy, he's also trying to pump radiant magic into him to try and snap him out of
Right.
this, and he's probably shaking enough into him that it's sort of bleeding out as he shakes the guy.
Okay.
So, kind of like taking a wet, soggy towel and then shaking it out. It's you're not just getting the water out of it; you're getting water all over everybody else too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm probably being a little bit harsh by saying that you can only roll one die. Go ahead and roll a full set. So Radiant and Magical Lore probably applies most.
And we're back in green.
Nope, you're still red.
Okay.
Funny, I can actually see you as you press the buttons.
Well, yeah, I'm still in red from hit points anyway. Of course. Doesn't matter what the scene tracker would be like. Cool.
It is still a +1 boost.
It's
Gee.
not that big a deal that I rolled 3 dice, though.
No, not really.
1, 2, 3. Beautiful. It
And
would have been
you-
the funniest if the 1 had been on the 6, the 2 had been on the 8, and the 3 had been on the 10.
And I'm gonna erase your fairy webs and mildly inspired. Those have gone away. All right. A Soul Judge. Let's go ahead and roll that overcome. I
Cool.
believe that was a principle.
Yeah,
got a
Principle of the
+1.
Whispers, using suggestion. I guess I could just I'd probably be doing leadership instead of imposing now.
Wait, so it is a new scene?
No, it's not a new scene yet.
Because my mildly inspired should go away until it's a new scene.
9. Good
That's
old
okay.
max die.
You weren't doing anything with your mildly inspired. 9 with the
Right,
plus
yep.
1 gets
Yep.
up to a 10. And that does plant enough doubt in the ticket holders' minds that they stop what they're doing. Combined with the radiant leakage from the poor guy John is shaking, and Flexibel mocking them, a couple of the muggers losing their own wallets in all of this. The whatever was compelling them has been dissolved, and John actually does see that the glittery aura around these people is fading away. Still cling to those tickets.
Well,
And Nick, I would consider a transition from combat to non-combat to be the end of the scene for purposes of boosts and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if that's specifically how the book says it, but it,
It basically says it's there for the scene, so that's what I was asking if it was a new scene.
yeah. This is, yeah, you ended the scene in the combat. You guys are taking a bit of extra steps to try and wrap things up, and those extra steps are still in red because of the condition things got to, but the scene did end. The silver ticket holders let go of their tickets. That could simply mean that it slips back into their pocket or into a purse, or that it literally falls to the ground.
John was going to snatch for one as soon as it seemed like they still held magical power.
Okay.
Just wanted to, basically investigate it as closely as he could.
All right. What are you guys doing as a whole? You're investigating these silver tickets. Are you doing anything with the remaining con attendees? It is getting late, and people should be going home.
Well, nobody's
Soldier is gonna slink off somewhere secluded to try to return to his civilian form.
Right. There's nobody trying to mug anybody else, right?
That's correct.
All right. John calls out gets on his intercom, gets his medical, crew to come down, and he starts telling everyone to form an orderly queue and make sure that they get checked by his medical staff for any injuries or anything else before they're allowed back into the rest of the con. He wants to make sure that all the liability check boxes have been marked.
Okay. The people, the attendees, some of them comply, but others don't want to. Is anybody helping John with this before his team gets here?
Question: do we have all the tickets? All those silvery tickets?
John only tried to grab one just to investigate.
Yeah, you don't have all of them. Mm-mm.
Oh, in that case, Dexterous would totally try to pickpocket the rest of them.
Okay. Soul Judge is skulking off as much as a large demon can skulk to try and transform. And Flexibel has flexed her tea party skills. Is she able to help John keep people in line?
Yeah, I will say that she can be kind of a physical barrier to kind of direct traffic by stretching her arms out and kind of cordoning off an area. And in addition to stretching the arms out to block the way, looping her arm around and pointing, over there.
Okay.
Once Ethan gets back, he's going to be using his suggestion powers and leadership again to also try to herd people. Just like.
Okay. The scene becomes very orderly. And what is Vextrous? What powers or qualities does Vextrous have that assist in her trying to find and pickpocket these silver tickets?
Well, she is pretty damn fast, and she is a trickster.
So what powers and qualities does she have?
Speed and trickster.
Okay. That's what I was looking for, thank you. And trickster being her special. Got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Between the four of you, you're able to gather up 12 silver tickets.
Yeah, she's kind of pierces them basically with. She kind of picks them up like you do trash with the trash stick. She uses one to just
Okay, alright.
Case, I'll be right back.
put them up there to fish them out.
And you even get a little bit of cooperation from the people who are compelled by Ethan's suggestions. And anybody that is averse to all of these controls are easily blocked by Flexibel. You're able to clear out this hall and make sure that everyone is checked by John's team.
Back.
You're now in a empty hall. This was probably a food section, not a merchant stall type hall, or just a eating area. And have 12 silver tickets that John can see glitter. Silver glitter is still falling from them. To the rest of you, they just look like silver paper. Ethan, There are just persistent whispers about these things. They're not saying anything intelligible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of
But
like when
just
Gollum
get
is
louder.
getting near the ring.
Hmm.
Well, there's definitely something going on with these things.
Something.
Feel the energies.
I think it's something demonic or hellish, to be honest.
That,
Just feels weird.
well, I mean, I'd agree with you, especially considering how nasty those little fuckers were that were swooping down. Although I don't know, I've never heard of any demons using silver glitter. He kind of holds it up and shakes it as he's looking at it. Feels a little too sparkly for me.
You ever, so I remember something like this when I saw it in a tomb I went to once. I was writing something about Belial. Belial mean anything to you? Belial.
I feel like I've heard the name, but nothing. Well, would
I mean, why?
I was gonna say, does that trigger any magical lore history thoughts in?
I feel like with John having a D8 in magical lore, you can pretty much assume that he knows the major names.
I mean, what about Vextrus, who has not only magical lore at that, but also otherworldly mythos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a nasty name. I hadn't heard of any encroachments. Seems weird to target just a convention. Feel like that's one of the heavy hitters.
Maybe it's someone who's trying to invoke his favor, or it's a little guy who's trying to get his attention, or someone made a deal, testing out their abilities.
Those usually end up real bad. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any wicked people here, right?
Well, let's take a look at what happened. So, these fairies give these folks tickets,
Yeah.
and
Well,
while they've holding the tickets, there's some sort of abracadabra going on. But then they all start trying to mug one another.
yeah.
Seems to me they were trying to take some people who had good intentions, turn them into bad intentions.
Could be. I was seeing energies going off into out the ceiling, so like it was definitely something from outside this whole thing, kind of moving and shaking. Now,
I'm gonna
what the hell
pause you
did this?
guys here real quick. All of you can roll a single die. Vextrus, that die is Trickster. John, that die is Gadgets. Flexibel, that die is, funny enough, Greatest Generation. And Soul Judge, that die is Global Explorer.
Huh.
Okay, well, ignore the other rolls because I don't.
Right.
That's fine.
Oof. 3 on a D8.
Is that all 4 rolls? I'm mixing.
That's 3. There we go.
Okay.
Just number 4.
Okay.
Wow.
You can come up with your own non-mechanical minor twist if you want to have this information. Vextrus is the only one that gets it kind of just as a matter of course. The tickets unfold. And if Vextrus explores this unfolding...
I mean, sure, there are some unfolding things hanging off her wand. So,
Okay.
Yep.
As she explores this unfolding, it is a non-magical, very, very cleverly crafted and hidden origami. The tickets unfold and invert into an envelope with an address and a stamp.
Alright, I mean, she would read off the address.
It's
The
just a
rest of
P.O.
them?
box somewhere in Portland. Well, a P.O. box in Portland.
Well, it definitely makes it clear that she has never seen a more wretched life of scum and villainy. But
Well,
she's dramatically waving the wand with the fluttering thing, so it looks at this point more like a aesthetic choreography.
what do you figure? What
That's
do you
what
got
it
going on there?
Well, she tells him about the PO box.
Huh?
There's the address on it.
It's weirdly prosaic for demonic, magical energies and shit.
Hey, whoever did this just did something to people to rob a convention.
Yeah.
How much more boring could you get?
Also,
I mean,
not particularly well.
Not a bank.
Yeah. I mean, not really well thought out. I mean, people bring money to cons, but I mean, not that much. Most of these kids are broke. This is their big splurge for the month or hell the year. Yeah.
Yeah, who robs a
If
bunch
you
of
really
nerds?
If you really wanted to rob these folks, you could just open up another food line.
Hey, wrong.
Yikes.
We had
I
we had
spent
one
12 bucks on a
vendor.
burger before.
Yeah, we had one vendor here who actually got a liquor license. Man, it was $20 for a beer. Craziest thing I ever saw.
Still cheaper than the hotel bar.
Well, yeah. Good thing I ain't paying for that. By the way, whenever this is all done for the evening and everybody starts to retire, drinks are on me at the hotel bar.
So here's the question: does anyone realize that Ethan and Soul Judge were the same person?
I feel like John would have just recognized the magical energies going at play, and kind of not questioned it.
That's fair. Does anyone else know though? Because they probably weren't paying attention when he first transformed. He just fucking showed up, and then he left somewhere to transform out.
No, none of the people that you guys shuffled through John's quick medical inspection seem to have any clue.
Yeah, I mean, Flexibel wouldn't have any indication except that, like, this one guy is hanging around talking about what all happened.
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
like, what was he doing all of
People at
this?
shepherding people in line.
weirdos hanging out at cons. I don't think Wexless is paying too much attention there.
And honestly,
Widow.
at most cons, if somebody volunteers to help, they are now suddenly staff and are fucking helping.
Yeah. Volunteers.
Yep. You look useful. You work here now. Depending on the size of the con.
I mean, that happened to me at a small con. It was just a gaming and anime kind of convention, local area, and my friend and I went, and there was a gaming shop guy from out of town who had brought a bunch of merch down and was trying to sell it, and he had a copy of Hero Quest and a bunch of the
shit.
the books for Hero Quest, and this is after like Hero Quest was already out of circulation.
Oh yeah.
And he was trying to get people interested in that so he could sell his Hero Quest stuff. And we walked up, and my friend was all like, "Oh, Hero Quest, all right," because he had that, and you guys like, "Oh, you know how to play it?" And it's like, "Yeah, we we played all the time. And it was true. We played Hero Quest all the time.
Nice.
And he was like, well, would you mind running a demo for me? And when we did, we played Hero Quest all day with just randos who would walk up. And
Nice.
like it did get the guy a bunch of business, and
Hey.
he ended up giving us discounts on his stuff.
Nice.
Here's why Hero Quest is the greatest game in the world.
That's a great video.
The guy's amazing. The movement rules. Never mind, ignore the movement rules.
Well, let's wrap up here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think John was gonna say that. Well, I think we could probably. I mean, I'm worried that they might target the damn convention again. It's kind of paying me, so I feel responsible. So I want to check this PO box out. If any of you all want to come.
I mean, it's a PO box.
Well, it's been a while, but I believe that the way these things normally work is that we're all in it now. So, sure, count me in.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to help. Yeah.
All right. Then
Who are you again?
Hi, name's Ethan. A bit of a explorer. I got experience about things, and I'm just persuasive, general, helpful. You know, good at getting information out of people. You might need
And
that. Investigate.
John is kind of looking around at, kind of has a look on his face, and he goes, "Holy shit! Yeah, I didn't even know any of your damn names. I mean, I know Miss Flexibel, because I had some of your comics when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, thought they were great. I think I might still have some in an old storage box somewhere. Wish I could have brought some. If I'd known if I'd paid any attention to the schedule, I probably would have known you were coming. But, well, it is an honor to meet you, ma'am.
Yeah, she'll shake his hand.
I'm John Long, Dr. John Long. Friends call me Mossy. Long story. Ethan, good to meet you. And kind of looks over at the devil girl. And you are Miss?
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
Yeah, the classics. I think if we were I think if you were the devil, I think we'd be in more trouble than just what else is going on. What should I call you?
Well, I do have the face of an angel. But I'm Baxtress.
All right, we're going that way. Sounds good. Well, I got a car. I think I could fit. Yeah. As long as you don't mind scrunching up a little bit in the back.
Boss, why don't you take the ambulance?
Well, I mean, I guess I could, but what
It's a terrible idea. The guy has a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out as his GM.
I know. Yeah. No,
And
I mean, he entertains it for half a second and then goes, I mean, we don't need that damn thing. It's got all the medical equipment in there. What the hell are you thinking?
Aw.
Just because it's a terrible idea.
All right. I think I should actually call it a session there.
Part
Yeah.
1 of 2.
Part 1 of 2.